I'm the latest in the game that's never changed.
AFL clubs, what their uniform is going to be. And then they put in their request, they're allowed a certain amount of times a year they can wear heritage, Indigenous, whatever, jumpers, anything different to their normal strip. Now, surely AFL Bar every week goes, right, what are your uniform options? And this is what you're wearing. Because, yes, St Albans should be in all black today and West in all white. It would make absolute sense, but, Joey's was smart enough to wear the black shorts and look great.
Did. Certainly complimented the jumper, who everybody loves, so, yeah.
Yes. And which was initially designed by
His Royal Highness, Jack Buckley.
Well,
When he says designed, he did the initial concept, but was it his girlfriend? She did it.
Yeah. Yes.
To make that look good. So, well done to her.
So the West boys are out, the Storm boys are out, but I think AFL Barwon have got to actually go. What are your uniform options? Stormers have a great white jumper. They do pull out against the likes of Newtown and St Joey's when they're away. This is what you're wearing this week, and don't ask St Joey's people about Newtown and their lack of a clash strip, because that is a very, very sensitive topic.
Why don't they have one?
Well, I would have thought they'd just go like Essendon and wear the red with the black sash. Would probably be the way to go.
Collingwood have one now.
They do. Yeah. That's white with black stripes instead of black and white.
stripe. Good on you, Eddie. Well done.
Why did they change? They had that great jumper they wore, the one they wore in the 1990 Premiership, and they changed it in 2000 to the white on black rather than the black on white. It made no sense. Jumper was fine.
Rowan doesn't care as long as they win. Correct. He'll wear anything.
Birchie, Greg Mellor is walking towards you. We haven't spoken to Greg at all this year. Maybe if you can hear us, Birchie. I know you're having some issues. Greg's just standing at the boundary line. I know whether you might be able to get a quick couple of words out of him as we wait for this pre-game ceremony to take place with the unfurling. Well, it is unfurled at the moment, but I suspect there'll be some speaking taking place. Down to you, Birchie. Where do we find you? Just
I'm just off the back of where Greg's standing and everyone's gathering.
Maybe just go and grab him for a quick couple of words and have a chat to him just before the bounce. Just waiting to line up. Just go down to you, Birchie.
I'll just see if I can grab a quick word. Greg, the boys in the van, we're keen to get a word with you. Very important day today in the club's history, and fantastic to get everyone here and celebrate that.
The club have created premiership medallions and presented them to the players, so they're really pumped about it. And, particularly a couple of the boys that have passed away as well too. So their families have received them. It's been really good. So we're looking forward to the rest of the day.
Thanks so much for that. I'll listen to the proceedings.
CJ.
Greg Mellor, coach of the Geelong West Roosters this afternoon. Are we happy with that?
Why not?
Red and white jumper.
Roosters. Absolutely. Red dot jumper.
We'll get a run. Unfortunately, we can't tap into Paul Eastman, who is a long-standing member of the West Committee. He's just speaking, and the 75 boys have made their way out. And I reckon if I'm the betting man, that is Brian Dunn, that he's actually standing next to Greg Wells, who he said he hadn't seen for years.
All right.
But great to have the 75 boys here as both teams are lined up. And just going through the Anzac Road, we unfortunately just haven't got the access to the PA here to be able to play that for you. We'll see whether we can just see if we can pick up a little bit of the silence. 1975 Premiership flag up the pole on the Flowers family stand that has seen many a great take to the field here at West Oval, and great to see Billy here, one of the icons of football in Geelong, of course. 250 games or best part of for the Cats, 63 Premiership player, but in the history of Geelong West, importantly, playing coach in their 72 Division 2 flag, and of course coach in their 75 Division 1 Premiership, and that will flutter proudly in the breeze. Not much of a breeze as we go back down to Birchie for Gottings. Just that weather update. Birchie, just what have you got for us in terms of conditions that we're going to face this afternoon?
Yeah, there's not much in the breeze.
right next to him as well for St Albans. Little again with a second attempt. Ball spills free. Guida's there as well. Now comes to Taylor. He goes for the Roosters inside forward 50. Getting back there, Cole Brogdon as well, put his head over it. And the umpire says it is a high tackle. And it will be a free kick to Bailey Brogdon at half-back for the Super Saints.
31 touches and 8 clearances. He'll go short and just get it to Hodgson, who marks it right half-back. Blake Hodgson, he's second year with the Super Saints. High ball, actually first year I should say, kick to the wing. Cod dropped what he should have taken, or slammed in the tackle and brought to ground for his Ollie Boothie. And we'll get another, in fact it's not Nathan Cole, and we'll get a ball up. There's some taps between Cole and Boothie. Tap down Schooler, Little couldn't do the roving. Head over the footy with Tom Drennan, trying to knock it out. Can't miss Tom Drennan with that shaggy mop of hair on top. And we'll get another stoppage right in front of our best seats in the house, thanks to Abco Cafe 24/7. We'll keep an eye on some Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchups as play unfolds. Schooler wins the tap down. Roving done by Finn O'Keefe. He's brought to ground, and we will get a ball up. So still 4 to the wing, slightly to the advantage of St Albans. No score through this opening few minutes. Time clock hasn't started, so that really helps.
Grigsby gets it down in the ruck for St Albans. Handball to close to the boundary line. And it's over before trying to keep it in is Blake Carroll for the Roosters. And it'll be a boundary throw in right in front of the Geelong West Roosters coach's box. Schooler up against Grigsby in the ruck contest this afternoon. Short boundary throw in. Schooler reads it the better. Got the handball away. Keck through the middle as well. Boothie was there. Couldn't pick it up. Carroll gets it free to Drennan. Runs through centre wing for the Roosters. Goes towards half forward. No mark taken at the back. Horniblow can go up. In fact, it wasn't Horniblow. It was David Handley. He couldn't take the mark. He puts a good tackle on. Keeps the pressure on. Brock McDonald at the back for St Albans. Gets it away. Howard's handball. Missed the target. Drennan close to the boundary line. Handball back in board, and pressure from St Albans defensively, and they bottle it up and keep it in the pocket for a ball up.
David Handley playing as a permanent forward row by the looks of it.
Yeah, and so's Russell, so that matchup's going real well so far.
Impact on the game. Ball into the air left forward pocket. Tap down. David Handley couldn't take it cleanly. He fumbled it and then ricocheted off his boot and out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Bit going on behind the footy. Jimmy Botsaris has got Riley Meddings for company. Meddings is making life difficult for him. It was good to watch Jimmy Botsaris. He got Kirsch up and about.
He did.
A fortnight ago, as we'll have it hurled back into play. Opening quarter action. Tap down one by Grigsby. And O'Keefe, O'Keefe's getting his hands on the footy early on debut. Hasn't been able to burst out of that tackle, and we'll get another ball up. Around 50, left half forward. Western attack attacking the northern end in this opening quarter, thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Grigsby with a big left hand towards the boundary line. Boothie tracks it. He can't keep it in, and it will be a boundary throw in 50 around from the Roosters' goal. So just settling each other down at the moment. First 4 or 5 minutes on the Bowen Foods time clock. Grigsby up against Moore. Little tracks it, leaves it for Taylor, gets the kick around the corner, top of the goal square. Horniblow couldn't quite take the mark. Elliott at the back, has to be good. He's got 4 around him. Horniblow's one of them. He went left, he went right, he went with a handball. They go backwards, they might go with a short little kick. Max Kelly over the top, but Elliott read it the better in front for St Albans. And he's taken the mark and wants to switch the ball to the outer side to Keck. He got met though, might get a second if he does. He handballs it away. Howarth's handball missed the target. He has to go back and help out. They've got it out towards centre wing. Howarth with a clearing kick towards half forward.
He sends it in that direction. Oh, the mark dropped off the hands of the pack though. Here's a chance for Lockie Handley. Kick wide. Taylor on his wings got it. He'll have a bounce as soon as he takes possession. Then fire a handball over the top to Carroll. Carroll confronted. Elliott diving across the boot. Just slightly impacted the kick. It'll roll towards goal though. David Handley trying to control it. Trying to knock it to advantage towards Kelly. He's brought to ground there, David Handley. Horniblow comes in. Super Saints will look to clear. Keck, a handball release. A little bit too hot for Cole. Cole had to go back and find it. Barging his way through the pack and giving a handball off. Quick snap around the corner. O'Keefe on the receive. Couldn't put it through for a minor score. Or for a goal, he puts it through for a minor score. So the first score of the afternoon belongs to the Giants. They're one behind. St Albans yet to score. Opening quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman. Corio and Warren Ponds would give you the time clock, but unfortunately they're not running it on the board for us for Bowen Foods.
So waiting for the ball to come back. Hodgson's going to do the kicking duties for St Albans. Just he's got the footy now at the northern end of West Oval.
Just another number change. Brady Smigowski's in number 17.
And when in doubt, Smith, Jones or Brown. Hodgson goes to the outer side with the kick. Big pack. Codd couldn't take the mark. Off the front of the pack. And free kick found. And what's it? Umpire Jones has found something for the Roosters. Looks like they've got the free kick and they're going from half forward in towards the top of the square. No mark taken at the back. Moore off a step, right foot kick, round the corners, missed it and through for one behind.
Birchie down to you, boundary side for Leopold Sporties. We'll get back to Birchie in a moment. So consecutive behinds there. Riley Moore and Finn O'Keefe opening the scoring, but a bit like South Barwon yesterday, unable to find the goals. Long ball to half back for the Super Saints. Guida flew but couldn't hang on to it off the hands of the pack. Lockie Hanley for West, kick inside forward 50, turned it over to Brock McDonald in that white hat. No, well, it is a bandana that he's rocking. He's gone down the Jack Buckley path, takes the mark, will kick towards half back. Looking for a marking target and finding one. Finding front position with Cody Brogden, who had a good year with the bat. I think he might have played his Premier Cricket first 11 debut for the Cats.
Did. And he gives it off, shuffles it off now. Keck. And they run through the middle. St Albans towards Coots at the half forward flank position, but Geelong West behind the ball. Codd gets to switch the ball. It's okay to Meddings. Back end of defensive 50 goes out wide. Drennan can take the mark. Got a bit of space on the outer side. So Tom Drennan, kick over the top, Nyack. Oh, coming in a bit late was Hodgson. He didn't really mean much by that. He just came in late. And a little bit of special comments from downstairs too at the moment, which is
I had my
lovely
mic
to
on.
hear. Lovely to hear. So that's good. We know where you're very close to the Roosters faithful there by the sounds of it, Birchie.
That's it.
And 50 as well is going to come here. So unfortunately for Tom Higgins, he didn't get back on the mark quick enough. And the ball is in the arms of Rory Parnell, and he will have a shot for goal from about 50 out, slide angle at the northern end of the ground.
West have dominated play here. It'd be good to see him put one through, like South yesterday.
Well, Parnell has done exactly the same thing as yesterday because he's put it through for one behind. So 3 behinds now. The Roosters. And St Albans yet to score. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
That breeze, Birchie, that just carried beautifully on the breeze. Is the southerly really impacting down there? We'll get down to Birchie in a moment. High and long to half back. Grigsby the target. Front of the pack. Might have been Stelmer. Chance for Little. Kick inside forward 50. Not great. And the mark taken defensively for the Super Saints. Short kick is okay to Bailey Coops, who marks. He's got it. Not in Cunningham. Now Coots, a handball to McDonald, providing run off half back. He fires a handball over the top. Howarth. Oh, we went to go back to McDonald and missed him. So has to go and retrieve the situation. Just jammed it on the boot. They might get it out of it okay, although the ball was dropped there by Miles Gray off his hands out of bounds, and we'll get a boundary throw in at centre wing. In front of a good crowd that is ringed. It's not quite the glory days of the VFA and the 10 and 12,000 that Terry Bright spoke about pre-match. There's plenty in the Flowers family stand and plenty in the new pavilion as well, watching on as we've got a shallow throw in. Might just need to bring the boundary umpire in a couple more metres to give the 2 rucks, Grigsby and Schooler, a better chance to compete at the throw in. West 3, St Albans yet to score.
So Schooler took it out of the ruck contest for the Roosters, got it to the front. Taylor quickly to Little, and then a short little kick by Schooler. Was okay and too high, I think. And it's going to come back. And it's going to be Tom Handley at half forward with the football for the Roosters. Goes inside 50 with a kick, and Horny Bloke put the hands up and took the mark. And that, Rowan McSparron, is what we're looking for from Lockie Horniblow today.
Yeah, that's it. Just found a bit of space out the back there and a beautiful kick. It's probably been one of the better kicks inside 50 so far. They've been a little bit wasteful by foot, but that's been the flavour of the game so far.
He's got some talent, Tom Handley.
He does, yeah.
And so's this man, Lockie Horniblow, can take a mark and can kick a goal. And he's been able to put together some games for Geelong West. They have looked a much better team with him up forward. He's going to shoot the goal from 25 out, 45-degree angle at the northern end, and he has kicked the goal. He made the goal umpire work a little bit, but he put it through. And the first of the afternoon on the board for the Roosters. They are 139 and they lead St Albans yet to score. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard. And the experts chair thanks to the Sporting Globe. The Sporting Globe Geelong. Eat, drink, sport. Here's Rowan.
I think at the moment Geelong West ball use off half-back going forward when St Albans have got it down there has been a little bit cleaner, where St Albans have just kind of hacked the ball forward. So if they can get some chain, I think they want to run and carry St Albans. They just need to maintain that footy.
11 minutes almost played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Lucky to have Play HQ with a rolling clock that we can keep an eye on. Back in the middle, Schooler and Grigsby. Grigsby won the tap down, although it's a chance here for Taylor to jam it on the boot and send the Roosters forward again. McDonald spoils it away from Little. Front of the pack numbers there might have been Botsaris firing a handball to Brogdon. That's Bailey. Bailey sends it wide, wanting Boothie. Boothie just worked his opponent under the footy and found it out the back. He'll send a kick towards half forward. Wasn't a great kick for Kai Warren getting in the way as Cod couldn't mark, knocked it out of bounds though, and a boundary throw in. So rare clean possession for St Albans going forward. They've had life made hard for them in these early stages. Schooler from behind. In the end, Grigsby will do the roving. Gave it to Jed Warren, slung off the kick. Boothie went to handball, but then kicked around the corner and found the fellow tattooed Cole. Cole was called to play on. High floating ball. Higgins comes hard. Does he hang on to it? I reckon I'd pay that. He got good piece of it. Umpire didn't see it my way. We'll get a ball up 25 out from goal. Row, is there a claim on that for Tommy Higgins?
I reckon they both had a bit of it. Both St Albans boys had a bit of that.
So ball up. 30 out from St Albans goal. Pack around it. Handball came from Kai Warren to Cole. He's wrapped up straight away. Jake Russell comes in to help out as well. Not going anywhere there. The umpire with a bit more work to do. Still inside forward 50 for St Albans at the Church Street end of West Oval here. Ball up. Schooler went up, couldn't take it. Cole. He gets it, just got rid of it in time. Handball back to Schooler, standing start. Set a bit of a task. They get him back towards Cod. Cod measures the pass, it's okay. And they tried to move it out of defensive 50. They're just going to have to hold it up now. They're called to play on. And it's going to be Hall who goes towards centre wing, but it's all St Albans. No mark taken. Can they pick it up though? That's the thing. It goes towards Moore on centre wing, who gets a left foot kick back towards half forward. Little comes out of the pace as well. He's going to need some help with Handley. They come in 2-on-2. McDonald's in there. Keck comes across half back, does well. Gives it away to Elliott. Shuffles the handball to Bailey Brogdon. Gives it back to Keck. They're out of trouble for now. They go towards Cole at centre wing. He's a 1-B2 and he does well. It takes the mark.
How good was a kick of Keck to put it to advantage to Cole in a 2-on-1? Quality from Keck, who was our Leopold Sporties player of the day back in round one. He swings onto his left boot. Cole sends it inside forward 50. Higgins coming. Oh, jeez. Max Schooler was a sitting duck. Higgins just held himself. Lockie Hanley comes in to remonstrate. Now there's a bit going on between Hanley and Higgins. Schooler will go short to Tiddit Nyack, who marks right next to the boundary line. GDFNL Rookie of the Year. I reckon you've got to go back to about 2016 when he was at North Geelong. We've got a few ex-rookies of the year running around in the GFNL. When you throw in Eddie McCoy and James Hose, he concedes some ground back to Taylor. Taylor wants to go to the outer side, and it's a well-weighted ball. It's marked by Bradley Wood in front of the scoreboard that shows West 139. He's kicked it into the man on the mark in Sinkinson. Sinkinson couldn't get back onto the loose footy. It suckered back towards Wood, who's brought down in a really good Jacob Russell tackle, and we'll get a ball up in the left forward pocket. 14 minutes almost played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong. It's West 139. St Albans yet to score.
Grigsby up against Schooler. Schooler got it down. Roved by Grigsby in the end. Nearly Keck got their handball away as well. Now Schooler's handball forward to Little. At half back, goes towards centre wing with a kick. Measures the pass, it's okay. And David Hanley takes the mark. It's back end of centre wing for the Roosters. He goes short, just holds it up. Gives it away quickly. And taken by Parnell. Now they go into the middle, the Roosters. They've got the numbers if they can get the handball free, or they missed the target now. Little, he leaves it behind as well. He's still got some time though on the cricket pitch area. He goes with a long right foot kick. Elliott, his name written on it, came off his man, took the mark. Just inside defensive 50, he chips the ball over the top to McDonald. They're working the 1-2 act down there, those two. Now McDonald, kick was smothered though. Didn't go back far enough on the mark. Needs some help. Howard coming the other way. Drennan got it away quickly. Can they get the handball back towards him? Max Kelly's there as well. Max from the right forward pocket has missed. And through for one behind. 1-4-10 now. Geelong West. St Albans yet to score. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard. And we've been playing 15 minutes on the Barwon Foods time clock.
With the ball on the ground in the forward line, Kelly could be a danger today. He's agile and knows where the goals are. That was close. If he gets more opportunities like that, he could end up with a few.
Ron McSparron in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Gray with the kicking duties. Only one grade a day. That's Miles. We only had one in round one. That was Lucas. High long ball to half back. Good fly, good mark. He's paid, and Schooler takes a really good grab. Quick handball release. Kick inside 50 from Noah Allen to the right forward pocket. Max Kelly goes with the one hand. Couldn't take the mark for the Roosters. Ball at ground level, brought to ground and tackled, going nowhere. Under that is Finn O'Keefe. Will get a ball up near the 50-metre mark. Finn O'Keefe, last man to his feet. Schooler just points to the sky and says, I'll do the ruck work, thanks, against Big Grigsby. Grigsby just a swinging arm at it, knocked it into space. Smigowski, a handball back to Meddings. Meddings a handball. Stelmer gives it by hand on the bounce. O'Keefe had to fire it back to a voice and found that voice in Charlie Hall. And the ex and Joey's man's kick was poor. Jacob Russell cutting it off, taking the mark, and the Super Saints can go. Well, they might turnover time might take place here.
They have. They've turned it over and comes back quickly. Oh, Brock McDonald comes in way too late, and David Hanley wasn't happy with it either. It's on at centre half forward.
I reckon it's got to be 50, doesn't it?
Has to be 50. It was very late. David Handley wasn't happy. And the ball is in the eyes of Tom Handley. That's why David wasn't very happy. Stick together, the Handley boys.
No 50.
And no 50. So,
Bit lucky.
very lucky.
West was set up well behind the ball then.
They were. And this is going to be the reward, hopefully, from Tom Handley to put their second on the board this afternoon. He is 45 out directly in front, northern end with the breeze, and he brings it back beautifully. And they're around him as well. They're pretty happy, and they told Brock McDonald all about it, and Riley Moore was straight in. Fletcher Keck comes in as well, and it's on at centre half forward. And there is a little bit of feeling in this. This is back to the VFA days. This is. They've listened to the old boys. Wellesley has given them a bit of a pump up. And the Roosters are up and about. They're 2-4-16. They lead St Albans yet to score. Harvey Norman K-Rock first score to scoreboard.
Tommy Hanley with his first second GFL senior goal. Kicked one on debut against St Mary's, and players are just sorting themselves out. I'm sure Jace Boris is having fun with the camera wherever he's located around the ground. We've got some great snaps of that dust up.
To be honest, I reckon that's great umpiring. Just a bit of push and shove. Let them go.
Yeah.
Nothing too untoward.
And then if somebody does something stupid, and then you nail them. Ball back in the middle. 2-4-16 West having the better of this start, and there's a free kick. Actually, it's going to go to McDonald. So from the restart, no ball up, kick inside 50, the one hand. Cole couldn't take it. Hall tracks it to the boundary line, couldn't take it cleanly, and we'll get a boundary throw. And I'm guessing maybe a free kick from what took place.
Riley Moore came in.
Yeah. So it was no ball up, and talking about nice little match-up for Wombat Gully Plant Farm. New stock arriving daily. David Hanley and Fletcher Keck. Boundary throw-in. Tap down Schooler. Roving David Hanley. Fires it back. Charlie Hall on his preferred left. Drives it towards half forward. Breeze carries it nicely. It'll clear Horny Blow and more, though, and go out of bounds. I think Riley Moore may be playing forward of the footy, having spent most of last year row in defence.
Yeah, he is playing forward at the moment.
McSparron in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Only 19 minutes played on the Barn Foods time clock. I suppose with Tiddit Nyack back, being able to take a key defensive post does help in that regard. There's going to be a free kick for a hold going which way. It's going to go to the Super Saints, and Chase's man Ollie Booth, he had the footy, but he flicks the ball back to Jed Warren, who's got a true centre wing. Warren, a high ball. Cole and Coots are his target. Coots flew, couldn't take the mark. Ball hit the deck. Kick was smothered of Coles. Bobbling ball. Trying to get out of there is Kai Warren. Got a handball out. It was good, smart play. And then on the boot, Miles Gray put it towards forward 50. Botsaris was there. He couldn't take it. Guida could. And a kick for space. And a foot race. Tiddit Nyack and Coots. Nyack happy for the safety of knocking it through for a rush behind. First score of the afternoon for St Albans. Well, it's not as free-flowing footy as they got a couple of weeks ago in terms of scoring. They're one behind the Super Saints now. Geelong West at 2-4-16, and we've played 20 minutes on the Barn Foods time clock.
Lockie Handley into the back pocket. Nyack takes it. He just chips the ball over the top to Little. It's on front of the scoreboard. He comes back to Lockie Handley. Then comes broadcast side into the back pocket. They've got a bit of time and space. Allen now runs away, takes a bounce, draws a player, goes with the right foot kick to three St Albans players. At the back, McDonald was the one who took it. So it wasn't a great kick in the end for the Roosters. Brock McDonald just wants to take a bit of the heat out of it at the moment. He wants to go short. It's okay to Boothie. He takes the mark. I want to see Mum for a bit more tips during the week, I reckon, too. He's looking very sprightly there. Goes with the headband towards half forward. Higgins, get out of my way, he says. Oh, Tom takes it.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy, and he's taking it right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7.
Tommy Higgins, long way from home, especially into this breeze. So he just chips one short, and it wasn't a great kick. And I reckon that might have gone out in the full, and it will be a free kick to be taken by Geelong West. You know, Keith was the nearest man, although in the end, well, actually, I'm sure one boundary umpire signalled that out in the full.
It was.
It's going to be a conference. So
no, he was right. The boundary umpire was right. It was out on the full. It was well and truly out on the full.
So I think I don't know, being discussed here, and as a result, we're going to have a boundary throw in because that's the.
Back yourself in, young fella.
Yeah, absolutely.
He got it right.
Right, absolutely he did.
So we hurl back into play just outside 50, right half forward. It's a high boundary throw in. Moore doing the ruck work from behind, fists it towards the boundary line. Can't keep it alive, Bailey Brogdon, and we'll do it all again. Best seats in the house thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Grab a fast twitch energy drink, 21:40 played, and it's Geelong West 16, St Albans 1.
More ruck work for the Roosters in front. Jed Warren for St Albans. He can't take the ball. Still at half forward. Pack develops. Umpire Hubie to come in and ball it up again. So using Kai Warren in the ruck, which is interesting. Moore gets it down, rode by Jed. He goes inside to Coots, stands there. Can he take the mark? Well, so what happened there?
I reckon there's a downfield free kick.
Okay, something happened
I think
behind
they paid arms around.
Yeah, right, okay.
The two arms around the belly, and they played the free kick.
So Coots has got the free kick. He is kicking from 35 out, 45-degree angle. And an opportunity to put St Albans first on the board this afternoon. It's going to be tough into this breeze. He's going to have to keep it a little bit lower. He puts it up in the breeze. Can he bring it around far enough? I think he's missed it to the near side. He has. And through for one behind. They double their score. St Albans, they are two behinds. Geelong West 2-4-16. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
Lockie Hanley short kick in, marked by brother David. Top of his defensive goal square almost. He'll go into the right back pocket to Wood, who's wearing the more unfamiliar number 3 this afternoon, usually in the 22. We'll kick it past the scoreboard that shows his team leading by 14 points. High ball to half back. Flying was Blake Carroll, front of the pack Botsaris, handball release. Russell, kick inside forward 50, marking target is Guida. Cop one high, umpire said play on. Taylor just showed a clean pair of heels as he ran away. In fact, it was Sinkinson who dropped the mark. The kick was to a dangerous position. David Hanley didn't mark, but fisted it into the path of Moore, and Moore now kicks and finds Kelly on a searching lead in front of Hodson.
Kelly wants to play on quickly, does. Squeezes the ball around the corner. Mark taken. They want to try and move it on quickly. The Roosters, they do so now. Ball comes in towards the top of the square. Is it going to be a push, a hold, an advantage? I think it's going to be advantage paid. And it is a goal. And I think Blake Carroll didn't even know he was going to be paid the goal because he sort of feigned reaction and he was able to play on and kick the goal. So there was a free kick in the square and came off the side of the pack, and Blake Carroll finished off the good work. So the Roosters 3-4-22. They lead St Albans 2 behinds. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
I just think West at the moment are doing a great job of being able to generate a +1 behind the ball. St Albans are coming up to the footy but not working it out by hand, so they're just playing into West's hands at the moment.
More to do the ruck work against Kai Warren, undersized, but got a leap, got up high, won the tap down to his brother Jed and banged it inside forward 50. Higgins the target, can he juggle the mark? No, at ground level recovers, quick snap, just missed to the right. He's fun to watch, Tom Higgins. You never know what's going to happen. He's probably disappointed he didn't take the mark. He couldn't finish around the corner with the quick snap and a minor score. So they're 3 behinds. They trail by 19. 3-4-22 plays 3 behinds. 24 3/4 minutes played on the Barwon Foods first quarter time clock.
So Handley, Bell Park 37, North Shore yet to score.
Ouch.
Plays on, kicks it to the outer side. That's a push in the back. The umpire says mark.
I don't think a GFL team has ever been held scoreless, and that's my worry that could happen this year.
Handley into the middle, drills it, but Elliott reads it the better. Free kick, push, and it's going to be a Roosters free kick. So there was a 2-on-1 there for St Albans, but the one got the push in the back.
And they're going to come back in the middle. And Bailey Harvey is going to take it for the Roosters. He wants to switch the play towards Codd and Meddings. Oh, Guida came quickly. And the mark was taken by Meddings in the end on centre wing. Broadcast side, he goes wide to Codd, who takes the mark and then drills it into towards Ethan Little at half forward. And he's going to be kicking from about 50 out on a 45-degree angle, but with a bit of breeze, you never know. Oh, Smagowski. I thought it was Little. Smagowski it is.
I think Ethan normally wears 17.
He does. I'll tell you what, Ethan Little should have kicked it because Smagowski missed it. 3 for 1 behind. 3-5-23 now the Roosters. St Albans 3 behinds. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
Into the left back pocket. Kick in is good and finds Howarth. Just inside defensive 50. They'd love to jag one before three-quarter time, having kicked into the breeze in this opening term. Reports from up on the hill that it is fluctuating the wind. Well, wonderful smother by Drennan on Howarth and knocks it out of bounds. That's good from the youngster. And that gets a stoppage inside forward 50. Right forward pocket, northern end of the ground. Giants 3-5-23. St Albans 3. And a good crowd has turned out for this one this afternoon as Geelong West honours 50 years of their Division 1 VFA flag.
Boundary throw in. Grigsby in front, got it down. Brogdon from the behind gets towards centre wing. Sits okay. Botzaris' handball was chopped off, and it will be a boundary throw in on centre wing on the outer side around the grounds. Newtown 32, St Mary's 8.
Wow.
You think they're kicking with the breeze, Newtown?
Yep.
Leopold 31, Colac 16.
You'd think maybe Leopold are kicking with the breeze.
Think so.
Everything blowing to the Melbourne end. Not a huge, not blowy by any sense of the imagination, but you are noticing that kicks going from south to north are probably getting a little bit more carried.
A bit more of a westerly, southwesterly into it now, so it's towards the broadcast side.
Thank you for that, Birchie. Down boundary side for Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue from the ruck contest. A chance here for Parnell, a recruit from Albury. Kick around the corner. O'Keefe to David Hanley, had his kick wonderfully smothered, and it's out of bounds for a boundary throwing. So right half forward, this all happening with the Roosters in attack. Geelong West 3-5-23. St Albans 3 behinds, and we are approaching quarter time here. Can't be too far left in this quarter with only the 3 goals, 28 minutes played on the Barham Foods time clock.
Drennan goes up in the ruck against Grigsby. Gets it down. Brock McDonald on hands and knees. And that's holding the ball. And that's a pretty good decision from the umpire. He just laid over the top of it. Brock McDonald didn't want to get rid of the football and had plenty of an opportunity to do so. And Max Kelly put the tackle on. He's going to take the free kick. And we'll be shooting for goal from 50 out, 45-degree angle on the outer side and with the breeze.
Keelan Betson has bought into the discussion about Liam and the wedding. Wasn't even in the bridal party on the KFCX.
Now that is, Keelan, what is going on with your brother? We're going to have to get to the bottom of that. That's just ridiculous. Max Kelly 50 out from goal. Maxie has put the metric on goal of the day on the board. And he loves the goal too, the little man. K-Rock's own. We'll claim him again because he's kicked the goal. His first of the afternoon and a good finish to the first term for the Roosters. That is their 4th of the afternoon so far. They're 4-5-29. And they lead St Albans 3 behinds. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
He's been a dangerous player for a long time, and he gets his just rewards there with a good tackle. He's looked dangerous when the ball's hit the ground inside 50.
He's a lot of fun to watch, Maxie Kelly, and he plays it the right way too. He plays it with a smile on his face. He doesn't mind a little bit of the argy-bargy in the right way, but he also loves it when his team's up and about. Back in the middle, Grigsby and School up. Maybe Grigsby winning at that time. Nathan Cole tried to control it. Little, he's taken in a tackle by Cole and going nowhere and get a secondary ball up. 29.5 minutes played, quarter time upon us. We'll go around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. Ball allowed to hit the ground. Schooler a handball. Taylor's been good in this first quarter. Had his kick smothered. Deflected about 15 metres away. It's allowed to bounce. Brock McDonald takes it. David Hanley takes him, brings him to ground at the edge of the centre square, favouring the Roosters, and we'll get a ball up. 29-3. They've made good use of the breeze in this opening term. St Albans will get their response in the second quarter. Cole, they'd love to have found a goal out of their attempts so far, the Super Saints, just to have that margin maybe slightly more manageable than what it is, although 26 isn't doom and gloom. Tapped down by Grigsby, kicked the roving handball. Cole handled it nicely, but he was handled nicely in the tackle by Taylor, who wins himself a free kick. He's rocking the long sleeve under short sleeve combination. Now Taylor goes towards a horny blow who goes up, can't take the mark over the back of the pack. More, he's not going to be able to see it through for goal. It just rushes through for one behind, and they go to 4-6-30 now. Geelong West, they lead St Albans 3 behinds. Harvey Norman, K-Rock first quarter scoreboard. Kicking into the right back pocket. He's marked by Brock McDonald, who's found himself garnering some attention from his Geelong West opponents. Kick to half back. Big flying mark, Hayden Elliott. That's a really strong grab from the experienced defender. Flew nicely, took a Hamlin hanger. And then he goes short with a kick to Bailey Brogden next to the boundary line at right half back, but a long way from home, and just happy to control the footy for the moment. Brogden, his kick will flirt with the boundary line. Kai Warren trying to get a run out. There's a bit going on off the footy. There's a Shepherd, and Guida will get the resultant free kick. So Guida, from the best seats in the house thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7, plays on. Oh, wanted a bit of candy and gets around, gets it bounced. 55 from goal, right foot kick, top of the square, downfield. Got wet, came late. Ethan was very happy. Bailey Harvey came late. And it will be a free kick to St Albans. Wouldn't have mattered because Cordello took the mark anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So Tom Cordello to finish off the good work from Ethan Guida up the ground. And to kick a goal very close to siren time. 32 minutes played in this first term. Going home at 8:30 tonight, the way we're going. He comes in, right foot kick. Oh, he made the goal umpire work a little bit, but put it through. So Cordello's first and St Albans first. They're 139. Geelong West 4, 6:30. Harvey Norman, K-Rock first quarter scoreboard. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman.
West didn't need to give that throw kick away in front of us here. They had all the numbers down the line. They could have quite easily competed and knocked the ball out of bounds, but silly free kick and give St Albans their first goal of the day.
We're going to have a late finish here. We've gone 32 minutes. It's 10-3 already. Just logged for overtime if you don't mind, Rowan.
Can do it.
Tradie knows how to do that. Knows how to. And that is quarter time. So one that they just didn't want to give up, West, after making the most of the breeze. 4-6-30 to get the margin out to 27. They concede a late one and give St Albans a little bit of momentum going into the first change. We'll take a break. 4-6-30, 139. The Roosters lead the Super Saints at West Oval. That opening quarter, thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman. And don't forget, you can grab a Fast Twitch energy drink at APCO Cafe 24/7. The Breathe, K-Rock Footy.
K-Rock's Tim and Jess.
You know, they've got double-coated Tim Tams.
That's the best one.
Well, the other day, I saw a triple-coated one.
A triple-coated Tim Tam.
Triple-coated Tim Tam. They exist, my friend.
Stop it. Would that be a Tim or a Tim Tam?
I feel like a Tim Tam.
No, I reckon Tim Tam.
That's got to be better, right? Or maybe
I
it's too much. I don't know. We'll find out.
I'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Will. All right.
Drive home in 2025 with Tim and Jess on K-Rock 955. Your future, your hands. Study at the Gordon.
We love your projects. Your big paint projects, your little paint projects. We go nuts for kitchen painting projects. We get amped over bathrooms, and we high-five fist pump over your wallpapering the hall project. We love the smell of paint in the morning. We're Inspirations Paint Stores, and together with you, we can do amazing things. What's your next project?
Inspirations Paint, Grovedale, 138 Torquay Road.
At APCO, we know your time is precious. So download the APCO app to skip the queue and pay for your fuel from the comfort of your car. Love our Jaffles and award-winning coffee? Pre-order through the APCO app. No more waiting in line, just grab and go. Shop the way you want, when you want. Just search APCO app in your app store and start saving time today. APCO Cafe 24/7. We've got you.
Update your home with a new floor from Harvey Norman. Great deals on versatile hybrid flooring, including beautiful Australian timber, pine and oak designs from just $45 per square metre. Luxurious oak natural timber flooring from only $85 per square metre. Or family-friendly carpets. Soft, quiet and warm underfoot. Great value from just $17 per square metre. From measure and quote to expert installation in your home. Come on in and see the specialists at Harvey Norman. Your locally owned and operated Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds.
Metricon gives you freedom to get more of what you really want in a brand new home. More space, more light, and all at a price you can afford. Like the family favourite 4-bedroom Amira 20 with Kingston facade from $223,900. Yes, under 224 grand. But hurry, first 40 buyers only. Search Metricon Homes today. Conditions apply. Exclude site costs. Geelong Build Region. CDBU 52967.
All this footy making you peckish? Time for some Zambrero feel-good mix. Incredible burritos, bowls and nachos. Cooked slow and served fast. With only the freshest, most delicious ingredients. Plus, when you buy a regular or big burrito or bowl, Zambrero donates a meal to someone in need through the Plate for Plate initiative. Feel extra good about every bite. Grab your Zambrero now. Geelong West, Ocean Grove and Torquay. Or order online so you don't miss any of the action. Zambrero. Feel good mix.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Quarter time at West Oval, and Geelong West with the breeze in the opening quarter, kicking 4 goals 6 to lead by 21 at quarter time. 4-6 playing 1-3. The Roosters at the better of the Super Saints. Of those who are tuned in and watching through AFL Bar on TV and wondering why Geelong West are in a jumper that is not their usual, the giant design. They're in the old Geelong West Roosters design. They were in the VFA from 63 to 88 and are honouring the 50-year anniversary of their VFA Division 1 premiership. And it was great to have Greg Wells and Terry Bright, two of the stars of that day, kicking 3 and 2 goals respectively. Join us in the pre-game. Let's go around the grounds for Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue, Jace. Rest of round 2 of the GFL.
Yes, round 2. Bell Park, 49, North Shore, no score. St Mary's, 15, Trial Newtown, 32. Leopold 31, Colac 16 and Lara and Grovedale to kick off at 4:15 out at Lara.
Anglesey 11, Torquay 6 in the Bellarine, Mottawari 34, Queenscliff 11, Barwon Heads 24, Amos 30. Plenty of shots at goal, 3-6 to 4-6 in that one. GDFNL, Jace?
Yes, well, when it decides to load itself, because it's, I think you've got it, haven't you?
Werribee Central's 10, Bellpost Hill 28.
Kicking with the breeze.
The ground runs east-west, though, doesn't it? Galvin Park.
Yeah, maybe.
Different breeze up there.
Werribee breeze.
Anarchy 9, Geelong West 38.
Oh, jeez.
No score, Thompson and Belmont Lions. North and East, 26 apiece.
East
and
3-8.
And Winch and Corio to bounce at 5:30. In the AFL this afternoon, right now Brisbane taking control of the Saints, 56 to 28 early in the third quarter. And VFLW today, the Cats were in action, and I think they suffered a fairly big loss in the end. They were taking on the Blues and have lost 20. In the end, only 19 points. They fought back a bit, 29 to 48. What do you make of that opening quarter row in the experts' chair for the Sporting Globe?
I think Geelong West did a great job of getting a +1 behind the ball, and St Albans were bringing their high half forwards up to the footy. They just didn't quite chain the ball out by hand well enough at times, and just played into West's hands with that extra behind the footy. So I think if they can clean their work up around the ball, especially this quarter, St Albans could get a few on the board.
Any numbers you're keeping close eye on for Kerr's hire?
I like Hayden Elliott behind the ball. I think with their recruits this year, it gives them the option of putting Hayden behind the ball. I just think at times he's coming too close to the back of the stoppage. He needs to stand in that little hole in front of Horny Blow, because as we've seen, they love going to him. He's a dominant forward that leads at the ball really hard. I think he just needs to drop back and have more of an impact. As we've seen by that mark just early, late in that first quarter, he's got phenomenal hands, so he can take the mark.
Jane Birch, down to you.
Yeah, I've got Rick standing here with me. Rick, obviously not the start you'd like. There is a bit of a breeze blowing though, so you'll have the luxury of that this quarter. But I heard you speak about your connection piece with your mids and your forwards. There seemed to be a little bit of a breakdown there, so hopefully I can sort of tidy up that area this quarter and stop that run off half-back from West.
Yeah, we just got beaten by what we know. We knew how they wanted to set up and play, and we didn't. We just allowed it to happen. beaten on the inside, then beaten on the outside. If it wasn't for McDonald and Elliott, they'd probably be 6 or 7 goals up. Like, our back half really stood up then. Yeah.
And I noticed that you started Russell forward again. We spoke about that after your last game. It is great to be able to put him up there, to play a role. He's such a good player, but at what point do you sort of pull the trigger and pop him into the middle too to get some of those clearances?
Yeah, well, look, we lost 3 of our better small forwards from last week. So, Dog will play multiple roles today for us. And, we'll keep an eye on it this quarter, but we've just asked for a lift from our 3 inside mids here, and if they don't respond, they don't lift, then we'll pull the trigger.
Great, thanks so much for your time. Okay, good luck.
Rick Munn joining us down there. Great access. Thank you, Jane Birch, boundary side for Leopold Sporties. Second quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman. Kai Warren's going to start in the ruck and go early against Max Schooler. Schooler gets it down as well in the ruck. Warren, Jed goes with a right foot kick up forward. Coming out, no mark taken by Botsaris. Goes to the back of the pack. Grigsby, handball out to Cole. Missed the target. Lockie Taylor gets back there as well to help out. Allen comes through, drops the football for Geelong West. Roosters under pressure across half forward. Botsaris, the handball came up towards Cole. Get it to Guida. Off a step, right foot kick long towards the top of the square mark. Higgins. And all free kick for a hold, you'd suspect. And the big fella's going to take some moving at forward. And he was able to stand there and keep Nyack out. And he is going to have a set shot for goal from 8 metres out, 45-degree angle. Fair to say the St Albans faithful have turned up this afternoon. They have. There's that's what happens when you win by 20 goals in round 1. So Higgins. I wonder if Lawson Humphries is here. Oh, Lawson will be here. Higgins comes in, right foot kick and kicks it towards the arena. He's done well there, Tom. He's put it through. So that took not long. A couple of minutes. Probably a minute 30 actually in this second term for Higgins to put his first on the board and the second for St Albans. They are 2-3-15, Geelong West 4-6-30, Harvey Norman K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard.
Bro, that's an intriguing matchup, that Nyack and Higgins one. If St Albans can get it in nice and deep like that, obviously it favours Higgins, but if it hits the deck and they don't have that connection and those deep entries, then Nyack's just going to run off.
Jane Birch down boundary side. Thank you, Birchie. Just waiting for the ball to come back. That's gone into the car park. Didn't quite get to the arena, but
I think it went to North Geelong Station. They've just dropped it off and
might have got on the train.
Back on the train.
Important start to the quarter for St Albans, and important start for Higgins. Kicked 3 from 15 touches and took 7 marks against Lara, and he's already proving that he's going to be tough to shift for Wombat Gully Plant Farm. As Bell Park 57 lead North Shore, no score, 9 minutes into the second quarter. That's just an absolute disaster for AFL Barwon. Those results are going to be unfortunately served up, you would suspect. They haven't even, they've got to play. They've got Leopold next week. Ball into the air, School up from behind on Kai Warren on the tap down, but Fletcher Keck did the roving. Keck a handball forward. Russell dealt with after he got rid of the ball, so it's going to be a free kick. Play on advantage is called, and Russell is going to drive it long inside 50. Higgins, Nyack the spoil. Higgins the roving at the front of the pack. Codd with a really good tackle. We'll get a ball up about 35 out from the St Albans goal. So really interesting. They've started Grigsby forward of the footy. Warren doing the ruck work, but now Grigsby's going to fold back. Right, keep an eye on that. It's intriguing from Rick Munn. The ball, Warren in the ruck, and then Little. A sling tackle, was it? Umpire Jones said yes. Free kick to Ethan Little. In defensive 50 for the Roosters. Wants to switch the play. Come to the broadcast side, Nyack. Had some space. He played on. Got around Higgins. Wanted to go left, right. And he goes short in the end. It's okay. Gets it back to Little now. He goes towards centre wing, but Grigsby's going to be able to stand there and take the mark for St Albans. At centre wing, he's got Elliott wide if he wants him by himself, and has been there for a long time. A bit of candy from the big fella too. He goes with the left foot kick long inside 50 over the back. Higgins, he needs somebody around him. It's Guida coming at it, and he tries to take the ball away, but he runs out of space. And there's about 3 or 4 Roosters players there. They tried hard to muck that up, and in the end it's going to be a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for St Albans.
Elliott carbon copy. St Albans are generating that +1 and having an impact on the ball.
Bit going on in the ruck contest. Kai Warren, the undersized, giving away the free kick to Max Schooler. He's got it for the Roosters in the right back pocket. Look to bring it broadcast side. Won't get to Horny blow. Moore presents. It's off the hands. Little dumped in a tackle. Brought to ground by Hayden Elliott. That's holding the ball. I think Ethan Little thought he was away, and Hayden Elliott has absolutely clung on like he was on a bucking bronco. He's kicked it inside forward 50. Schooler, and well judged there by Lockie Hanley, then reaps a handball to Codd in the left back pocket. Onto his left boot, he'll go short with the kick and find Drennan leading up and marking. Drennan sees something he likes, bursting towards the outer wing. Howarth was able to small it away from Smigowski, tracking it to the boundary line. Cordello for St Albans. Can he keep it in the field of play? Can't. It's out. And a true centre wing on the outer side will have it hurled into play. Nearly 5 minutes gone. Second quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds, and the scoreboard showing Geelong West 30, leading St Albans 15.
So Grigsby, ruck contest against Schooler. Grigsby gets it down. It's a little second tap to Cole's handball. Miss Keck running past Taylor the other way for the Roosters. He's handballed to nobody in particular. Now Smigowski got tackled and got the ball away just to Lockie Taylor. He gets the kick out board back towards Elliott, coming in at Drennan. Elliott again, he threw the ball, holding the ball, whatever you like. Hayden Elliott, good in the clutches again, and takes the ball. Yes, it was dropping the ball, well done. Hayden Elliott with the free kick on centre wing.
Elliott high and long. Higgins will be his target, won't get to him, although in the end he palmed it down towards Coots. Coots left it behind. Codd was hung onto by Botsaris. Higgins tried the don't argue, got a little kick backwards towards Grigsby. Brock McDonald got involved and got taken high and will win a free kick. Parnell just over the top, and man, a 50-metre penalty as well. Brock McDonald has been able to suck Parnell in, and 50-metre penalty, and he'll be marched basically to the goal line, and this will pull the margin back to 9 points. Was it Parnell who gave away the initial free kick? Was it Parnell the 50 as well?
Yeah.
Down from Albury, Rory Parnell in the Albans and Murray, and Brock McDonald, not a noted goal kicker, from the top of the square has put it through. Just the 9th of his career, and he's pretty happy about it too. He's high-tanning anybody within his vicinity. Now a couple of low fives, and the margin is back to 9. St Albans doing some good work in this early stage of the second quarter, thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Moved to 3-3-21. Geelong West a 4-6-30, nearly 6.5 minutes played in this second term on the Barn Foods time clock. For the Sporting Globe, here's Rowan McSparron.
Hayden Elliott definitely having an impact on the game. 2 fantastic tackles and drove the ball in nice and deep there. He's really putting a stamp on the game.
So back to the middle, and back to 9 points the difference. St Albans with a couple of early goals in this second term, kicking with the breeze. Warren up against Schooler again. Schooler gets it down through the middle. Taylor might get it again. He tried to get it away, the handball. Got reefed out by O'Keefe. Goes the other way though, turns around, goal. It's as simple as that. Oh, he's just missed. It was Nathan Cole. He thought he kicked the goal. Wheeled around on that left and missed. 3 for 1 behind, so 3-4-22 now. St Albans, Geelong West 4-6-30. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard.
Just waiting for the ball to come back from down in the car park behind the northern end goals. Good to see the cars parked up on the embankments, making the most of that opportunity. It can become fairly treacherous sort of July onwards to want to park your car up there if there's been a bit of rain.
Demary's 28, Newtown 34.
Yeah, so
the grounds.
Maybe that breeze, as we touched on, having an impact. Angus Codd to bring the ball back into play, but we've got a good contest here at West Oval. Codd just assessing his options. He'll get the hurry up shortly, and he does get called to play on as he runs out of his goal square into the left back pocket and short onto the chest of Lockie Hanley, who is also southpaw of foot, if you can be. He'll off a couple of steps, send a high ball towards the outer wing. School the target, won't get there. Howarth judged it best off the boot for the Super Saints and has taken the mark. So they've set up well behind the footy. Barely a forward 54 for the Roosters in this second quarter so far. Long ball inside 50. Higgins just stood tall. He's like a man mountain. He's an immovable object underneath the footy, the Wickham product, and he's taken the mark and will go back and have a shot. And I know we shouldn't draw comparisons against greats, Ro, but you had the pleasure of playing alongside Mitch Day. There is a little bit of Mitch Day about Tom Higgins.
There is, yeah. He's a lump of a lad, and he comes at the footy nice and hard. So, yeah, I can see the comparison.
Bit of Scott Cummings about him too.
There is. That's a very good shout, Birchie. Down boundary side for Leopold Sporties. Higgins for his second, and to cut the margin to 2, he has pushed that one across the face. So 1 goal 2 for Tom Higgins this afternoon. Margin is 7. 3-5-23 the Super Saints. 4-6-30 the Roosters. 9 minutes played. Barn Foods time clock. Second quarter action. Barn Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Not far from here at West Oval, Donga Road, North Geelong.
Codd plays on from full back for the Roosters. Comes towards Taylor, who takes the mark at half back. Moves it on quickly. Standing close to the boundary line. And mark taken by Brad Wood. Plays on at half back, goes long towards centre wing. Big pack there in the middle. Osborne comes at it, no mark off the front. Taylor's handball. Gets it, Riley Moore. He got his head ripped off. And easy to tackle with the collars as well. There's a little bit more real estate to be able to tackle. So Riley Moore's got it at half 40, goes short with the kick. It's okay. Tom Hanley takes the mark.
Not much of Tom Hanley, is there?
No,
needs a feed.
He needs to go to the Sporting Globe. He goes over the top to Riley Moore, who followed it down. He's 50 from goal, and it's going to be Jason Boris is going to ask for a handball in a minute, I think. He's sitting right next to him. He goes back towards the top of the square. Horny blow takes the mark. Hamlin hanger. Lockie comes out and puts the hands up, and it's a Tom Higgins Lockie Horny blow shootout with the marking. And he's taken the mark and will have a set shot for goal from 30 out directly in front. And he's kicked one this afternoon already, Lockie. And there's a chance for Geelong West 5th.
It was a great kick by Moore. It actually faded with the breeze into a position for him to run onto it.
Yeah, just took it away from the advantage of the backman. Smart kick.
Horny blow needs to finish off the good work of Riley Moore. He comes in, start a step, right foot kick. Was never going to kick that. Grigsby takes the mark. In the end, didn't even make the distance. So he needs to go to Rowan McSparron's kicking school. Grigsby goes to the outer side, half back, flank, big pack developed. Nobody can take the mark. Off the front of the pack, they get it away. St Albans out towards Howarth. Can he keep it in? He should have taken the ball before he tried to work out where he's going to take it to. And luckily for him, Handley couldn't run away. It's out of bounds for a throw-in just forward of centre wing for the Roosters.
Cordello involved out there. Cunningham as well on debut. One of those Point Cook Super Saints that we talk about. Very tongue-in-cheek with the Point Cook influence. That concept over. Grabbed out of the ruck by Griggs, but he was able to fire a handball forward after juggling the footy, but Lockie Hanley took it. He gave a handball away. Through traffic, Cole tried to take on the tackler. Max Kelly knocked it towards David Hanley. A handball on the up. Quick clearing kick inside forward 50. Tom Hanley knocked away by Hodgson. Kelly gave it off to Smigowski. Smigowski tried to don't argue. Hall, a handball just missed the target in Tom Hanley. Trying to barge his way through. Surely being held without it with Smigowski. It'll come back to Brady Smigowski and be a free kick. Just hanging on a little too long in the tackle. Might have been Cordello. And it'll be a free kick to Brady Smigowski, who will look to do better than Lockie Horniblow from a very similar position into the teeth of the breeze. It's just picked up a little bit looking at the VFA Premiership flag from 75 blowing off the Flowers family stand. Got a good piece of it. Started out to the right and a good mark. Oh, geez, Horniblow's cannoned into the right hand behind post. Didn't snap it in half Lee Matthews style. And the mark's taken by Grigsby between the right hand goal and behind post, left back pocket. He'll go towards the outer side of the ground. That's a risky kick, and he kicked it straight to his opponent in Max Schooler.
Oh, why would you kick it there? Schooler, 55 from goal, puts it in the top. Oh, Hanley, no mark taken off the back of the pack. I might be able to get away. Osborne gives it away to Keck. The familiars in the back end for St Albans. Goes towards centre wing, off a set of hands. He goes out. Who's going to pick it up? The handball came over the top towards Parnell. Had to get around one. Got a kick away towards half forward for the Roosters. Punched away defensively. They've got the numbers at the front as well. Cole got some time. Gives a 30-metre handball to Guida. Has to get around the don't argue. Does. Goes with a right foot kick long. Open forward 50. Which way is it going to bounce? It gets back there. It bounces towards goal. And they're going to be able to see it through. And it was seen through by Brad Wood for a rush behind St Albans. So they go to 3:6:24 now. Trail Geelong West 4:6:30. Harvey Norman K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard.
Could have been better inside forward 50 there, I reckon.
Yeah, just a blazing away. Their connection through the middle's been better. St Albans by hand. Just their last entry by foot's been a little bit sloppy.
Lockie Hanley looks to bring it broadcast side. Riley Moore's target. Oh, Hayden Elliott got up and juggled a Hamlin hanger. Got an early ride and on the way down was able to clutch onto it after 2 or 3 bites of the mark. That's a good one from Hayden Elliott. He is a high flyer, a real aerialist, and he's proving it this afternoon, and he put Riley Moore on a poster with that one.
Might kick the Metricon too here, if he can put this through.
He's giving himself an opportunity. Man on the mark stands outside 50. Elliott will swing out to the right. Got a really good piece of it. The question is the carry. They'll compete on the line. Front of the pack numbers there for the Roosters, including Finn O'Keefe, who, along with Nathan Cole, conspires to see it out of bounds in the left forward pocket. That was a wonderful mark by Hayden Elliott. 30 plays 24. Second quarter action. We've gone 14 minutes 20 on the Barn Foods time clock.
Boundary throw in. Warren in front. Tapped it down a second time as well. Parnell to run onto it. Oh, he's held without it. Umpire said play on. McDonald got one point. That's the free kick. Didn't get the first one, got the second one.
Brock McDonald's had the old mixed bag today. He's been the hero and the villain.
Yes. Well, this to bring their scores level if he can put it through. He's kicked one already this afternoon, Brock. And just going around on a little bit of an angle, but he should have no trouble, definitely with the distance. He's going to be kicking from about 40 out directly in front. And I think we'll know pretty early if he's kicked it too, because he likes a little bit of a celebration, Brock. He's got the sensei on, the headband, and he's pushed it out to the right. The breeze hasn't brought that back and through for one behind. So 1-1 his personal tally. St Albans 3-7-25, Geelong West 4-6-30, Harvey Norman, K-Rock.
I wonder if
second quarter scoreboard.
I wonder if this headband gets a little hiatus like the one last year from Joey's that West got their hands on.
Yes. Into the left back pocket. Lockie Hanley runs and then just shorts a kick into the left back pocket. Allen. He had his kick smothered by the man coming towards him. That would have been Botsaris creating a spillage. Sinkinson caught one high at ground level, knocked it away, but Little got involved. A handball to the runner, Max Kelly, on the outer wing. Kick towards Tom Hanley, who stretches and takes the mark in front of McDonald. That's a good little matchup for Wombat Gully Plant Farm. Tom Hanley in game number 2. A handball off to Stelmer, one of the best named players, August Stelmer in the GFL. Gave it back to Tom Hanley, kicking side 50. And Kai Warren standing under a ball in front of Tom Drennan takes a good mark. He's been good, Kai Warren. I like the look of him.
So Warren now, defensive 50. Kick up and under to the middle. Scorer with the height, but he couldn't take the mark. Keck through traffic, did well. Got it to Jake Russell. He goes towards half forward. Beautiful kick. Coots has got it. Oh, that's 50, isn't it? 50. Oh, very well. They ran across the mark there. That was not great. And it's going to be a free kick. Was that Smagowski?
It was.
It was. So he has played the villain there for the Roosters, unfortunately for them. And Bailey Coots comes down onto the goal line to kick his first and to take the lead for St Albans.
North Shore have scored.
Oh, thank goodness.
Are behind. Bell Park 72, North Shore 1.
It's not as ugly as we thought it might have been, but still not good.
Coots puts his first on the board. Fourth for St Albans, 4-7-31. They take the lead. Geelong West 4-6-30. Harvey Norman, K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard. Harvey Norman, Chrome, Warm Ponds. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman.
We talked about that connection going forward, and we seen with a little bit of class with Russell, with ball in hand, just being able to find that target coming up instead of dropping it deep inside 50.
It's a great luxury to have to be able to play him forward of the footy and him actually come up and be a bit of a connector.
Yeah, for sure, especially when he can come up and play that extra mid off the back of the stoppage and get his hands on it. It just, you see what happens when good players have the footy in their hand, they get scoring opportunities.
Warren, Keck and Bailey Brogdon in there. Well, it's Jed Warren, and Kai Warren's going to do the ruck work against the similarly undersized Tom Drennan. So both coaches happy to change things up. As the ball goes into the air from umpire Jones. Kai Warren went early, Drennan didn't, but the ball was allowed to hit the ground. Jed Warren trying to get his hands on the footy. Little and Taylor for the West. Thrown on the boot by Taylor towards right half forward. Bouncing in front of our best seats in the house. Out on its point. Carroll harassed by Coots. Coots tried to knock it away. Trying to sock it away is Bailey Brogdon. Tom Drennan, a kick that went up the chimney. Sander will meet it on the way down. It was up there that long. And there's a bit going on between Bailey Brogdon and Tom Drennan behind the footy. And it'll be out of bounds on the full and a free kick to be taken by Jed Warren at left half back. 18 minutes played, second quarter. The Super Saints lead for the first time this afternoon by 1.
Warren goes down the line to Guida. Only got one hand to it. And couldn't take the mark. So it's going to be a boundary throw in centre wing. Right in front of...
Leopold doing a bit of a number on Colac, Rowan.
Yes.
50 to 16.
Yeah, they might have the wind.
No McSparren, no Colac. That's what they say. Back to the middle. Warren. The ruck contest, Little dumped in the tackle, not getting away, and it will be a ball up right on centre wing broadcast side. Point the difference here at West Oval. Warren goes up, he's got a good leap. Little comes through the middle, handball at the back.
The Roosters get it to Taylor, who's had a good first half. Little kick over the top. In front, punched away. Was pretty good from Hanley. Elliott, though, rides a couple of tackles, gets the handball over the top. Guida through traffic. No look to Keck. Handball back towards Warren. Now the connection over the top was okay to Grigsby. The big fella loves a kick. Left foot goes long towards full forward. Higgins goes up, can't take the mark. And it will be off hands and out of bounds for a throw in 30 around from goal.
Ruckman had two running midfielders beside him, and I want to kick it. Handball, big fella.
That's the difference, Rowan. That's the difference of footy today.
Everyone wants a kick.
This is a really enjoyable clash. There's two teams having a real dip here. Ball back into play, Drennan and Cole. Now, Cole's surely being held onto by Drennan. Umpire didn't see it that way. And there's going to be a free kick being paid, and it's going to go to the Roosters, and it's going to come back and be taken by Stelmer, August Stelmer, who's joined from Gisborne in the Bendigo League. Concedes some ground back to Angus Codd. Codd drives a kick towards half-back. It's a well-weighted ball onto the chest of Bradley Wood, who's co-captaining the Roosters/Giants in 2025.
Wood now down the line towards half-back, holds up in that breeze. Howard thread at the better, took the mark for St Albans. Another opportunity to go back inside forward 50, goes to the right foot kick and sits up. There's three Roosters there. Nyack couldn't take the mark. Keck was playing for a little bit of a free kick, didn't quite get it. Botzaris wrapped up straight away, and it's going to be a ball up about 30 out from the St Albans goal.
I reckon Tiddett was worried where Higgins might have been.
Could have well been, but I think it gets to a point in the quarter where Dave Hanley's got to go on ball. I'm not sure if he's 100% fitness, but he's played predominant forward.
Botzaris doing the ruck work against Drennan. Drennan winning that comfortably from behind, but he hasn't cleared the area, and the ball's going to bobble out of bounds. Sinkinson was there to see it out in the right forward pocket. Good evening or afternoon to the Sinkinson family who are listening to Carrot Football Live this afternoon. Enjoying watching Nick run around at 2 o'clock. Brad's still stuck at midday. Ball in the right forward pocket. Drennan went early against Higgins. Higgins just stood there, won the handball, but straight into the path of Codd. Codd in the pocket, loses the footy and out of bounds for another boundary throw-in. So right forward pocket, northern end of the ground. St Albans in attack in this second quarter that on the Barn Foods time clock has gone 21 minutes. And the Super Saints lead 31-30.
Higgins to the ruck work for St Albans up against Schooler. He's worked his way down there. Schooler got it to the front. Nobody can get it out of the pack though. And a bit of a rugby scrum. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Still in the right forward pocket, northern end of the ground. And Schooler goes up. Higgins pushes past the contest. Little got the foot free and got the kick up the chimney. Goes back, gains about 30 metres. Ball still, it's rugby scrum style, just outside 50. Keck tried to push the ball to his advantage. Warren's handball on the up. Has he got some space to run into? Needs somebody to come at it. He does. Handball on the up around the corner from Guida. And he has just missed. I was watching him because he would have told me straight away if he had kicked it.
Thundered into the post.
Yeah, so he's one behind. They go to 4-8-32 now. St Albans, Geelong West 4-6-30. Harvey Norman K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
Mathematicians everywhere, very enamoured by that scoreline. Angus Codd with the footy. They're just waiting. Well, they've lost 7-7-49, so that's disappointing. Unless Geelong West can kick it. Shaw kicking to the left back pocket. And here's Lockie Handley with the footy, receiving it from Codd. He wants the corridor, and Riley Meddings has marked on the chest, and Riley has got the Pope hairdo going on. Kick across the face of his defensive goal back to Codd. Now in the right back pocket, and this is hard work because they're being forced typical Australia 2 style to attack into the breeze. He takes on the man on the mark, Sinkinson, steps around him and forces him to slip over. Then he'll go short with a kick to Parnell. Try and open up the play. Parnell will concede some ground back to Lockie Hanley, who's in the left back pocket where he was about 40 seconds ago. Nobody comes to him, so he touches it to the ground. And he goes with a short kick, and Parnell is marked. Hit the ground running. He'll send a kick towards half forward. A patient build-up might pay off. Tom Hanley back with the flight. Takes the mark over his left shoulder.
Hanley now at left half forward. Gets it inside towards Horny. Blow. Osborne against him. Did well just at the front. The handball comes out. Osborne gets it back. Handball shuffled. Needs some support. Warren comes in. Didn't take the ball, though. Osborne had to put another tackle on and did so. It's going to be a boundary throw in. Joe's not happy with a little bit of attention as well. And we'll have a boundary throw in
And it will be about 45 around from the Geelong West goal.
Must have been a fair breeze at Galvin Park because Central's now lead 50 to 34.
So no score for West in this second term as yet. Grigsby in front. Big man to move. Drennan couldn't get around him, put the arm over the shoulder, and Joel Grigsby will take the free kick. He's not going to handball either, so he doesn't like to handball. So he's going to kick from deep inside 50, goes towards the centre. Oh no, was that a push? I think it might have been to Angus Codd, it was. And he will take the free kick.
Didn't disguise that at all, Cody Brogden.
Just said, I'm going to push him in the back, and did. And Codd will take the free kick for the Roosters.
Codd towards half forward, and David Hanley coming up and takes the mark in front of his former Falcons teammate Hayden Elliott, and then he'll go short and find Finn O'Keefe, who started really well on debut from Inverleigh. As we heard, jumper presented by Roosters great Greg Wells. Left half forward, 70 from goal. Pulls the kick, looking for Horny. Blow. Spoiled from behind Joe Osborne. Off the hands of the pack. Tom Hanley, a rolling ball that fortuitously Guida was on the goal line and was able to get a piece of it and knock it through for a behind. And then he'll quickly kick into the left back pocket to Sinkinson. Gee, he nearly was about to have some blushes.
Oh, he was nearly Bruce Grobbelaar there, I'll tell you, through his legs. Down to Elliott on centre wing. Oh, that's indiscriminate free kick. And that's going to come back. Noah Allen thought he was on the MCG, and Elliott's hurt behind the play too as Noah Allen got him. He went up indiscriminately. Hayden Elliott on centre wing. Just
he's tough.
Yeah, a bit ginger. Got one on the shoulder, I think, or on the arm. So he's on centre wing now. And will drive the ball long and high towards half forward. Guida goes up by himself, uncontested in the end. Takes the mark. 55 from goal. Ethan thinks he's going to kick it. He's going to have a set shot. He thinks the breeze. No, he's not. He feigned and he goes to kick. Oh, it doesn't quite get there though. And the other way, Taylor at half back for the Roosters. Runs away, 2 bounces. Little kick on the outside. Bit of soccer style handball on the up to Drennan, who goes at half forward. Got a bit of time and space, goes long. It's a 2-on-1. The one is Max Kelly. Oh, he can't quite take it though. And then Cole comes the other way. They've still got the numbers of the Roosters. If they can get it out, they can't. And that's pretty good defensive play by St Albans there to hold it up. And it will be a ball up in the left forward pocket for the Roosters.
26.5 minutes played on the Barham Foods time clock. That rush behind for the Roosters was their first score of the second quarter. Double palm down more into the path of Ethan Little. Outside of the right boot. Rolling across the face of goal. And just being kept in the field of play by Osborne for the Super Saints. Drives it to half back into the path of Jacob Russell. Meddings will be first there. Took it cleanly and turned and kicked towards forward 50 and found Hanley. Got crunched by Cole. Didn't take the mark. Umpire said play on. Tom Drennan put his head over the footy. So did Finn O'Keefe. Stolen away by Brock McDonald, who's brought down in a really good tackle. I think that's Smigowski over the top, brought him down. It's tough out there at the moment. And we'll get a ball up about 40 out from the Roosters' goal. They attack the southern or Church Street end in this second quarter that's approaching half-time.
Beat with a big right fist back towards defensive 50. Ball spins around towards Keck. Handball over the top to Warren. Gets through some traffic. Handball to Guida. Is going to be met by Schooler. Doesn't sit for either of them. Lockie Taylor. They don't argue. Ball got free. Umpire Jones said play on. They go back towards half forward. It's all St Albans. They've got 3 there. Osborne comes third in line. Free kick. And it's going to be a free kick to Nathan Cole, I think.
Yeah, against Drennan.
Yep, against Drennan. So Nathan Cole at defensive 50 for the Super Saints. He and Brock McDonald shop at the same shop for headbands, and he goes to Brock right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7.
Yeah, just dropped in from Cobra Kai as Brock McDonald and Nathan Cole found themselves out of the dojo and onto a footy ground, kick to the wing, and that's a good stretch and mark. Kai Warren has been impressive on debut for the Super Saints. Takes the mark in front of Schooler and then sends a high left foot kick towards Higgins. And Tiddit Nyack with the spoil rolls it towards the boundary line. Brogden couldn't keep it alive. That's Bailey, and it's out of bounds. Or a boundary throw-in. 4:8:32, 4:7:31. The Super Saints here to spoil the Roosters' party as the greats of old are here to celebrate 50 years of the BFA Division 1 flag that Geelong West won over Dandenong at the Junction Oval.
Boundary throw in. Schooler with a right fist. Keck through the middle. Can't take it with him. Handball
Spills free. Allen through some traffic. Right foot, tumbling punt back towards half-back for the Roosters. Might be okay. They get it to Little. His kick on the outside was okay. Horniblow in the middle by himself. If it sits, it doesn't though. Cole comes the other way. He's met by Moore, who puts him in a tackle. The umpire says, it's mine. And just the ball not just bouncing the right way for the Roosters at the moment. And there's going to be a ball up in the middle of West Oval for Grigsby and Schooler, who makes his ground up. Oh, over the top was Grigsby with a double fist up. Through traffic, Smigowski leaves it behind. Russell, he's tackled as he tried to get rid of the football. Now Jed Warren over it. Ball spills free. Cole comes. Grigsby comes as well for St Albans. The big fella wrapped up, thrown to the ground, not going anywhere. And we will have a ball up. 29.5 played. Barwon Foods, second quarter time clock. It's St Albans by a point on the Harvey Norman K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
Umpire Batters puts it into the air. Grigsby had a go at it, missed it. Schooler missed it as well. Was allowed to hit the ground. O'Keefe gave it to Taylor. Taylor to Drennan. Drennan on the burst. Can share it with David Hanley. Takes on the man coming towards him. Runs to 40. Kick floats across the face of goal, but into the waiting arms of Horniblow, who marks 15 out, almost directly in front. I don't think that was the kick intended for Lockie Horniblow, but the way it came off the boot, it favoured the man playing in front, and the breeze took it nicely to his advantage again, Ro.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of luck in that. He probably almost ran too far as well, but forwards playing in front, get the rewards.
Horniblow, as the Giants look to kick their first of the quarter, approaching half-time from about 15 out, directly in front. Horniblow has kicked it. 2 for the afternoon for Lockie Horniblow, and they take back the advantage as we approach the main break. Second quarter, K-Rock. Harvey Norman scoreboard. Harvey Norman, Corio and Morn Pollens. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman. The Roosters are 5-7-37. The Super Saints are 4-8-32. Horniblow with his second. And they just needed something to steady there, Ro.
Yeah, they did. The two big forwards either end are looking dangerous when they get the ball in their area. It's just whether they can get some space to work into like Horniblow did then.
Back to the middle. Schooler up against Kai Warren. And there is the siren for half-time here. So Lockie Horniblow's goal just before the half-time siren. Geelong West of 5-7-37. St Albans 4-8-32.
Jane Birchie is down boundary side. We'll get down to Birchie in a moment for Leopold Sporties. 5-7 playing 4-8 goal kickers. 2 for Lockie Horniblow. Singles for Carroll, Hanley. It's Tom Hanley and Max Kelly for the Roosters. While for the Super Saints, who kicked 4 goals in that second quarter. Goals for Cordello, McDonald, Coots and Higgins. Sorry, 3 goals in that second quarter, I should say. Birchie's just making her way towards one of the Roosters, who will be happy to go in 5 points in front after. It's fair to say, Ro, probably dominated for a lot of that second quarter.
Yeah, St Albans definitely had the run of the play there. They were just wasteful. We've seen when they lowered their eyes and the ball was in the hands of their better players that they looked really dangerous, but when they just dumped it in there, West were able to repel.
Birchie, I'm not sure who you're going to try and get hold of here as they walk off the ground. Just going to get for a couple of words. Looking at Ethan Little, I reckon you've got Ethan's not keen to do it, but he might be bad luck. It might either be him or Dave Hanley. Dave Hanley's going to do it.
Yeah, Ethan's just got out of that one there. Could be a fine, I reckon. A real arm wrestle out there. Is the breeze much of a factor? Can you feel that? You know, obviously they had that in that quarter and sort of hit back hard, but is it having any effect on the game?
Yeah, I definitely think it is. It's probably a 3-4 goal breeze for sure. But yeah, we knew they were going to bring the pressure this week, coming off a good win last week, so we knew they were going to come out hard, and we just didn't really, took us a little bit to adjust to it, so I think we need to get back into what works for us best and see if we can kick ahead a little bit at 3/4 time.
And it looks like both teams have got a key forward up there that you're looking out for. Obviously, Horniblow is the key for you up forward, and if you can just get it into those right areas so he can run onto it, then he's looking really dangerous today.
Yeah, the first quarter, we probably just butchered it a little bit. We had plenty of entries in there, but they just weren't good quality ones, so I think we'll try and fix that up this quarter and get a bit more, get a few good ones going in there.
And you've got, just as we walk off, you've got a good crowd too up on the balcony. It's getting pretty vocal over there, so I'm sure that'll give you a lift in the second half.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully come home hard and, yeah, do it for the old boys.
Good luck.
Right, thank you.
David Hanley joining us on K-Rock Footy. Thank you, Birchie. Jane Birch, down boundary side for Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue. West 5-7-37, St Albans 4-8-32. It's half time.
Mark the ball, kick the goal. We are winning. We are winning. You're the greatest. I'm the latest. changer in the game that stays the same. Mark the ball, keep the goal. We are winning. We are winning. You're the greatest, I'm the latest in the game that's never changed.
After all their children.
Why wasn't I invited?
No, you were there, Lingy. She just doesn't know who you are.
New year, same gear. Blast Geelong and the Surf Coast's favourite brekkie team, Tom, Lingy and Lockie on K-Rock 955. Visit one of Mimosa Home's 50 displays across Melbourne and Geelong.
Since a bloke named Bill started cutting timber in a mill back in 1980, Barwon Timber's been the builder's best mate ever since. Whether you're stick framing or need prefab frames and trusses, Barwon Timber's got what you need for every building stage. Geelong owned and operated with trade quality products in stock, ready to go. Barwon Timber, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. The team that builders just keep coming back for.
I'm going down to Barwon Timber.
Time to take a look at the stats for the game so far. Thanks to Curse Hire, we have Bruce.
Oh, yes. Well, we've got some exciting weekends ahead, that's for sure. They've got the range, the quality, a strong team. In fact, did you know they've clocked up over 40 years in Geelong?
The Cats. They've been around a bit more than that, Bruce.
Oh, no. Kerr's higher.
What about the stats for the game?
Well, statistically, I shouldn't even be here. I've got a patio to pay.
Kerr's Hire, North Geelong, Grovedale and Ocean Grove. kershire.com.au.
Get a good night's sleep with Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds. Quality mattresses by Tempur, Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker and King Coil by A.H. Beard. With major savings. Adjustable bed bases, bed frames, kids' bedroom furniture, bunk beds and storage pieces. Customisable Australian-made bedroom furniture to suit your space and style. Luxurious pillows, quilt covers, sheet sets and more. Get behind the Cats this season with your locally owned and operated Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds.
Here's another powerful reason to choose Tyre Power. At Tyre Power, you deal with owners who are proudly independent. We're not just tyre experts. Tyres are our life and livelihood. And because many Tyre Power owners are part of your local community, you can trust our family to look after yours. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local independent owner.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Half-time at West Oval on a special day for Geelong West. The Roosters celebrating 50 years of their Division 1 VFA Premiership, playing in the old red and white jumpers and leading by 5 points, 5-7-37 to 4-8-32. It's half-time thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate half-time beer made right here in Geelong. Injury updates from St John of God Hospital, caring for our community for 50 years. Birchie, you got anything for us? Anything we need to be aware of? It's pretty quiet. Hayden Elliott late there, but okay.
Yeah, pretty quiet on the injury front, which is good for both sides. So fingers crossed there's nothing comes up in the second half.
Thank you for that, Birchie. Let's go around the grounds for Leopold Sporties and three-quarter time at Marvel. Brisbane Lions 85, 38 points up on the Pretender Saints 47.
Must be hard to bear St Kilda.
Oh, I tell you,
it must be hard.
You must, if you're born into it, you just must go, geez, I'm a bit stiff here.
Poor cards.
Yeah.
Poor cards.
Now, did you get the damn McStay update?
No.
Anyway, so, yes, let me just go to the release from Collingwood. Collingwood confirmed sustained medial collateral ligament strain to his left knee. Unfortunately, scans confirmed that Dan has sustained a moderate grade MCL injury, 6 to 8.
Better than a full Rico.
Considering it's the same knee that he had done.
He doesn't do anything for you anyway, does he, Ray? Oh, really?
Oh, he's been very, very good.
You're going to be relying on Tim Membry.
Well, he hasn't been too bad either. They've actually worked quite well together, the three of them. So just have to probably bring Big Cox back in to put him into the ruck to give the All-Australian ruckman a bit of a chop out from now.
The All-Australian, here we
You don't think?
Have a look at you.
48 to 29, Geelong lost to Carlton VFLW today at Beacon, so the Cats are now 0-2. GFL around the grounds, what are the scores elsewhere, please, Jace?
Bell Park 85, North Shore 2, St Mary's 54, Newtown 40, Leopold 62, Colac 29.
Lara and Grovedale to bounce at 4:15. GDFNL is also on your bingo card.
It is. Werribee 50, Bellpost Hill 34, Geelong West 48, Anarchy 27, no score Thompson Belmont, North Geelong 42, East Geelong 26.
And the Ballerine, 3 games this afternoon to round 4.
Oh, sorry, I was just looking at whether that had moved, actually, the East Geelong score, but it has.
Half-time there.
Yeah, it was just started in the third quarter. They've kicked a goal. Anglesea 30, Torquay 47, Mottawarry 61, Queensland 32, Geelong Amateur 57, Bowen Heads 40.
And thank you for those, Jace, around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. All our stats thanks to Kerrs High. You're keeping some numbers over there.
I did start the inside 50s, but then I got a bit lax on them. But it's obviously we
make them up like Kirsch. That's what Kirsch does.
Kirsch has told me that numerous times. He just scribbles on the paper and makes numbers up.
Do you know what happens when the stats come out on Monday? He's usually pretty bloody close.
Is he? Good stuff. No, we can clearly see the Melbourne end, the northern end, has got the wind and has had majority of the play. So whoever can take the most advantage of it in the second half, I think, is going to go a long way to winning the game.
Half-time for Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate half-time beer made in Geelong. We'll take another break from here at West Oval. Let's catch our breath, because I reckon we've got a big second half coming up. And with the old boys up on the deck, ready to cheer home, well, what are they now, the Giants, but playing as the Roosters this afternoon, the red and white jumper. It could be an entertaining final 2 quarters here at West Oval. Back on the other side of this, it's half time for Blackman's Brewery, and we're here for APCO Cafe 24/7. Live, breathe, Carroll footy.
K-Rock's Tim and Jess.
So they're calling it a mini moon. Essentially, it's just like a small asteroid. It's about 10 metres wide. It's coming so close to the Earth that it's getting picked up by the
gravitational pull.
And it's going to do one loop
and then
get flung straight back out into the universe.
Yeah. But can we give it a more catchy name?
Murray the Moon.
Murray the Moon. There we go.
Excellent.
That's all I needed.
They're expecting Murray to start his orbit as of September 29.
That's nice. Now I'm worried for Murray. The Murray worry is quite high. But thank you very much.
Voted by a panel of their peers to most likely make you laugh whilst driving home in 2025. Tim and Jess on K-Rock. Your future, your hands. Study at the Gordon.
Since a bloke named Bill started cutting timber in a mill back in 1980, Barwon Timber's been the builder's best mate ever since. Whether you're stick framing or need prefab frames and trusses, Barwon Timber's got what you need for every building stage. Geelong owned and operated with trade quality products in stock, ready to go. Barwon Timber, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. The team that builders just keep coming back for.
I'm going down to Barwon Timber.
Hamlin Homes, with over 40 years of commitment, building homes throughout Geelong and the Surf Coast. Hamlin Homes is family operated, born, raised and living in Geelong, and committed to thriving into the future. Committed to building quality, sustainable homes. Committed to supporting you throughout your building journey. Hamlin Homes, built on a commitment to local trades, using premium quality materials, including a roof made from Colorbond steel. Hamlin.com.au. CDB-U 52938.
All this footy making you peckish? Time for some Zambrero feel-good mix. Incredible burritos, bowls and nachos. Cook slow and serve fast with only the freshest, most delicious ingredients. Plus, when you buy a regular or big burrito or bowl, Zambrero donates a meal to someone in need through the Plate for Plate initiative. Feel extra good about every bite. Grab your Zambrero now. Geelong West, Ocean Grove and Torquay. Or order online so you don't miss any of the action. Zambrero, feel good mix.
At Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds, meet the next generation of computing power, the new Intel Ultra processors. With AI and Windows Copilot, these computers have never been faster or smarter. For technology that's not just ahead of the curve, but bending the curve, talk to Geelong's experts in tech and discover how you can upgrade your world. Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds, proudly bringing you the future of computers, now.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Halftime thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate halftime beer made in Geelong. Rowan's going home and drink some Blackman's tonight because he loves the Pivot City lagers. You had a Pivot City in your...
I have.
You have? We'll turn your microphone on Kirsch style and you'll be able to...
Yep, no, I do like the
Like a
Blackmans.
Pivot? Yeah,
They,
nice.
There is a nice little brewery, Blackman's, in Grovedale, just in
There
the
is.
industrial
That's
estate.
right, Essington,
They do
that's
a
right,
fantastic,
yes.
fantastic pizza in there as well. So it's nice to go and sample a couple off the wood, mate. It's
Look at you, little social butterfly.
Oh, that's it. When you don't have to do anything on a Thursday night, you can just venture down and.
What's that like, not having to drive to Colac on a Thursday night?
Well, you don't realise how much time you actually spend in the car, but that being said, there's other ways to fill your time, but it has been good, the little break so far.
In the expert chair, thanks to the Sporting Globe Geelong Eat, Drink, Sport. Rowe had to see the first half, and obviously the wind playing some tricks at both teams. It's really, we're just talking then about if St Albans can hold West in this third term, you'd think that with the breeze in the last quarter they might be okay, because we've seen last week they were very fit against Lara. But if West can get a hold of them in this third term, it might make an interesting last quarter.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if they can get their run and carry, we've seen that quarter, even when they did have the win, when they had the ability to move the ball by hand, they looked really dangerous, and with a big fella down forward, if they can get the opportunities to him in the last. But this quarter, I just think their connection through the middle of the ground, we heard their coach talk about it at quarter time, if they can get that connection through the middle of the ground and keep the ball off West for the majority of the quarter, it'll set them up for a big last.
We saw in the second term there with Horniblow and a couple of others very much have to play a bit further away from goal with that breeze holding up as a connection piece, I suppose, that their forwards coach would be looking at in terms of you're not going to be able to kick the ball pretty deep from 65 out, are you?
Yeah, they're going to have to push up the ground and then lengthen it as the ball's in transition. So I think that's where they come unstuck in that first quarter. They were working away from goal and not back towards the ball carrier. So I think this quarter, if they can just, if they lower their eyes going forward, that can help them.
Head-to-head, thanks to Breakwater Meadowland Steel Projects Made Easy. We've got a couple of head-to-heads this afternoon. How are they looking at the moment at half-time?
Yeah, well, none of the players that I thought would play on each other are actually playing on each other.
That always happens, don't worry. That's the way.
Which is footy. But I think that quarter, Hayden Elliott had a huge influence on that game. He's taken the massive mark and 2 or 3 really prominent tackles holding the ball through the middle of the ground that stopped West pushing forward. I think his impact on the game has been fantastic so far, and I had him and Horniblow playing on each other, and given his opportunities, Horniblow's actually had a good impact as well. I'm not sure how fit Dave Handley is because he's played predominantly as a forward. I would love to see him the second half of that first quarter, he come up in around the footy and had a real impact with his clearances, and that quarter then Jacob Russell, with his foot skills coming inside 50, was really damaging. So whoever gets their hands in front of the footy, Handley or Russell, we've seen them both play forward, not on ball today. I think whoever gets majority of their hands on ball front half out of those two will go a long way to their team winning.
So they're the head-to-heads, thanks to Breakwater Meadowland, that we're keeping an eye on in this second half as well. We'll also keep our look on some matchups thanks to Wombat Galley Plant. But one player who has had a great first half, Lockie Taylor's got plenty of the footy for the Roosters, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. He looks real damaging with ball in hand. I've also liked Codd in the back line. His left foot, I don't think he's missed a target yet. He's been really good. So whether they can get him up across half back so his ball use isn't so deep, he might be able to set up some plays for West coming forward.
He played predominantly forward last year, I reckon, too. So a new role for him as well, and he looks suited to it, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Yeah, he doesn't look out of place back there.
It's like they've swapped Moore and Codd around.
Yeah.
It does. Yep.
Just trying something different. Riley Moore's got a bit of ability. He just probably needs a real good run at it. Probably got it last year. After probably a couple of years in and out. He's a talented junior. I think he won the under-19 League B and F.
Yep. He's a Bell Park junior, actually. I coached him a lot of the years up there at Bell Park.
So I don't think we won that before COVID or not. COVID sort of, you lose a bit of timing.
It would have been before, so yeah.
It must have been 2019.
So Riley would be 26 this year, I think.
Yep. So just waiting for players to make their way into position. St Albans have been out for a while. Birchie, you've just been keeping an eye on Hayden Elliott. He didn't reappear initially with St Albans. Can you just give us an update on how he's tracking as we go down to Birchie? Birchie might not be able to...
You've got me now?
No, I got you now, Birchie.
Yeah, Hayden Elliott was a little bit late coming out of the rooms, so we're just going to keep a little bit of an eye on him and how he's moving in this second half, but he seems to be back out there, so that's good news.
Right, big half of action. We're going to finish late here. It is now already 3:45. The GFL games will be almost done at 3/4 time, so we'll bring you those scores around the grounds, Leopold Sporties. So it's gone again with Kai Warren starting in the ruck. against Max School as his third quarter gets underway thanks to Barwon Timber. Geelong owned and operated, building better since 1980.
So the ball from the middle, Cole for St Albans. Handball towards Coots at half forward. His handball back to Cole. Little left foot kick. We see kick off the ground by Codd. Hayden Elliott's gone forward for St Albans, so we'll keep an eye on that. Now Handley. Lockie gets it towards centre wing. He looks for Tom, who gets wrapped up straight away. That's an interesting one. Is he playing defensively on Codd, Rowan?
I wouldn't have thought so.
That's amazing that he's not playing behind the ball with...
I think his shoulder might be a little bit sore.
Okay, yeah, the Roosters going with the breeze in this third term. Now Grigsby pushed off the footy, and he has got that left shoulder heavily strapped after a incident in the second term. So the ball towards centre half forward. Oh, running at it, Warren. Kai Warren took a great mark and wants to play on quickly and go towards Higgins. Over the back is Elliott. Reads it better. Can he kick it off the ground? Oh, he had half a boot to it. Now at the back, Codd. They've got the numbers now, the Roosters, and Allen sees it out wide for a 2-on-1. The 2 is St Albans. The 1 might win though. It might come back. Coming back quickly, Little comes over to help out as well. He gets it to Drennan, close to the boundary line. Right foot kick, that is in the backyard. It's out of bounds on the full St Albans to push it back in forward.
Kai Warren came up and took that mark, and Bradwood looked as if to say, where the hell did he come from? He actually put his arm there to say, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I reckon Codd, if Codd's got a little bit of mongrel in him, he'll be testing out that shoulder of Hayden Elliott.
He looks too friendly to me.
Every opportunity. Cole drives it to about 20 out from goal. Big fly over the top. Schooler. Front of the pack is Jed Warren, and he's dribbled it through from behind and pulled the margin back to 4. 4-9-33 St Albans. Geelong West 5-7-37. Some opportunities missed by both teams through the first half. And 2 minutes. 2 minutes gone. Barwon Foods third quarter time clock.
So Lockie Handley from fullback goes towards centre wing. Horny blow a long way from goal. At the back, Russell doesn't sit for him. And they get the handball backwards, or they missed a target though, the Roosters, and a kick by Brogdon around the corner, still at half forward for them. Little, wrapped up by Coote straight away, not going anywhere. The umpire will come in and ball it up. 50 out from the St Albans goal.
A lot better start by St Albans in this quarter than the first.
So right on 50, right half forward, best seats in the house thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7. They're right in front of us. Grigsby won the tap down, head over the footy, Bailey, Brogdon, and the umpire says, give it to me, I'll do it all again. About 48 metres out from goal. Max Schooler just having a discussion with the umpire about shepherding, and now he engages with Grigsby. He went to ground, ball ricocheted back to Grigsby. He's dumped by Lockie Taylor and brought to ground. We'll get a ball up. Second year back for Lockie Taylor after some time in the waffle. And we'll do it all again. Still in front of us here. Tapped down by Schooler. Ball rolls towards the boundary line. First there will be Jed Warren. Got there for the Super Saints, but ran out of room. And he's wrapped up by Lockie Taylor, and we'll get a boundary throw-in. I think they were throwing it back to the umpire, but the boundary umpire's going to have to go and get this one. In fact, he's helped out there by Finn O'Keefe, and he hurls it back, and the boundary umpire will hurl it into play, and Jace will try and clear the area.
So Schooler, Grigsby in front, got it down. Keck to run onto it. Does well, puts his head over it, and then got it up to Guida. Oh, a bit of candy from Ethan. Right foot kick. Oh, well, he's going to say that's a great pass, but it was horrific. But it fell into the arms of Jake Russell. And Jacob Russell's got it 50 from goal. Right near close to the boundary line. One of the best seats in the house, thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7. Jacob, try and pass the ball. Very well coached when he was younger, Jacob. Comes in now, 50 from goal. Pops it to the top of the square. Lets some forwards run at it. Oh, there was a couple of St Albans players got in the way of each other, but in the end, also against Cootes and Higgins, a couple of Roosters players got over the shoulder, and it's going to be a free kick, and 50 as well for a little bit of lippage. And Tom Higgins is going to kick his second of the afternoon and give St Albans the lead again. He comes in, nobody stands the mark. Tom just walks in and goes, there we go. And he puts it through. Goal number 2. The Flowers family stand full of St Albans supporters this afternoon. And they see the Super Saints go to 5-9-39. And they lead Geelong West 5-7-37. And that is on the Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Cheap goals against the wind. The coach won't be happy.
No. And really, they're going to have a buffer at three-quarter time, West.
I would think so, yeah. At least 3 or 4 goals.
Based on kicking 4 with it, and then St Albans kicking 3 with it. You would think they need 3 or 4 and a handy lead. Back in the middle, going early was Jed Warren. Mackay Warren, I should say. Tapped down one by Schooler. Lidl put his head over the footy for the Roosters but couldn't take it away. And he's wrapped up in a tackle. We'll get a ball up. Dave Hanley's just come up to the footy. Maybe it might be in bursts that Dave Hanley does play on the ball. Schooler from behind won the tap down. Dave Hanley did the roving. Somehow freed his arms. No, a throw. And Ethan Lidl kicked it away well after the whistle, but the field umpire, Adam Jones, is not going to pay 50. It'll come back to Brock McDonald, who'll take the resultant free kick at the back edge of the centre square, northern end of the ground. Shadow starting to lengthen from the west. There's Brock McDonald. Just runs out to the right slightly and hangs a ball that sits in the breeze. Ethan Little stands underneath it. Bit of courage, but at the front of the pack, Jacob Russell, the loose ball through traffic. Bailey Brogdon was good. Fired a handball off. Jed Warren kicked to the pocket, wanting Elliott off back with the flight. Bradley Wood took a really good mark. That's a good mark. Advancing forward, and the skipper of the Roosters did well. Took the grab, then went short with the kick and put it onto the chest of Parnell. Lateral with the kick. Was okay. Goes short, Hanley over the top of the cod, missed the target. Coming back the other way quickly. Warren, 45 from goal, but getting back there. Last line of defence. And taking the mark is Brad Wood for the Roosters. He goes wide to Allen, who takes the mark in front of the scoreboard. So Noah Allen is going to laterally come and run across the face of goal. He's got Taylor and also
It's kicked
out of the full. He was going there for Lockie Handley and put too much on it. And the ball's going to come back to Kai Warren, who's going to have a set shot for goal from 35 out on the boundary. I'm going to have a fair look at it here. What's he going to do? He's going to put at the top of the square for Elliott to get a couple against him. Nyack goes up, takes a good mark. And just settles the play down for the Roosters in the last line of defence. Nyack short, Little, geez, just got it to its intended target. Guida was ready to shut that down. Little to half back and just floats a kick into the waiting arms of Lockie Taylor. Taylor with it, long sleeve, short sleeve combination, a bullet that Nathan Cole couldn't handle for the Super Saints. Down low, he's then wrapped up in a tackle by Smigowski, and we'll get a ball up next to the boundary line, about 2 metres in front of the West Interchange bench. Umpire Jones will put it into the air once again. Schooler and Grigsby. Grigsby winning the tap. Taylor the roving though for the Roosters. A high floating ball. Broadcast wing rolling more the target in a wrestle with Osborne. The ball's allowed to bounce. Tracking it to the boundary line and out. Here's Harry Howarth and we'll get another boundary throw in. We've played 7 3/4 minutes on the Barwon Foods time clock, and the Barwon Timber third quarter scoreboard shows St Albans 5-9-39, Geelong West 5-7-37. Jane Birch, Rowan McSparron, Tom King. And the next voice you'll hear is Jason Doherty. Grigsby gets it down from the ruck contest. Little wrapped up straight away, and will be a ball up. What does Max West and Decky Clark have in common, Tom? They both kicked goals for North Shore. Max West has kicked one at Bell Park for the Shoreys. They're only down by 91 points now. Cole. Oh, he handballs it to Schooler. Was that holding the ball? Umpire says yes, it was. An advantage paid. They run away. The Roosters. Oh, that's a sling tackle. And not happy at the back. Brogdon goes at Bailey Harvey. And the free kick has been found. It's going to go to Smigowski on the left half forward flank. He gives away by hand quickly and gives it to David Handley, who goes long for goal and has missed to the near side and through for one behind. So they go to 5-8-38 now, the Roosters, whoever you want to call them. Blue West and St Albans 5-9-39. Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard. Kicking duties with Miles Gray down there. Good afternoon to the Higgins family. Taryn from the Higgins family listening all the way from Point Sampson in the Pilbara, watching Tom play this afternoon. Long kick in is marked well by Schooler of the Roosters. He'll send it back from whence it came. Horny blow, kicked too much on it. Back of the pack numbers there for the Super Saints, including Howarth. Had his kick smothered by Tom Hanley, who then snapped the loose footy around his body, but missed to the near side, through for a minor score, and we are all tied up. Loving the coverage, and we're loving that you're enjoying through the AFL Barwon live stream and also krockfootball.live. So the ball goes to the outer side. It's a one-on-one, and the one was Russell against Carroll, and Carroll wins it for the Roosters. He goes short with the kick. Lockie Taylor, 55 from goal, has taken the mark.
Plenty between him and the goal line. He goes short. Tom Hanley doesn't take it. Russell runs into a tackle. Ball spills free. McDonald on hands and knees. Now Howard's handball. Oh, Boothie. Kick over the shoulder, and that is on the bike track. And that is well and truly on the bike track.
Rick Martin, very, very emotive down there, boundary side. Birchie, has, after that kick went off the boot, he basically hunched over in sort of disappointment and disgust, a mixture of.
Yep, he couldn't believe that one.
Free kick, Schooler from the boundary line, walks in and has got it skinny and put it through for one behind, but that one behind gives the Roosters a lead, 5-10-40. They lead St Albans 5-9-39, Barwon Timber, K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard, Geelong owned and operated, building better since 1980. That's Barwon Timber.
Gray, a long high ball to half back. Higgins to present, couldn't drag it down. Colo did well, released a handball, but only in the end as far as Charlie Hall, who then walked into Jimmy Botsaris. Haven't caught a lot of Jimmy this afternoon. That's maybe because Kirsch isn't here. Number one fan of Jimmy Botsaris. Grigsby the tap down, trying to take on the footy is Finn O'Keefe. He got to push in the back. I reckon he'll get a free kick given away there by Botsaris, who just shakes his head and says, I'm not sure about that, but it was there. And Finn O'Keefe, who had a good first term, will look to send the Roosters back inside forward 50.
Goes long now with the kick inside that 50. Oh, good mark in the middle of the pack. And that's Miles Gray who's taken it. Goes long with the kick. Back to whence it came. Holds up in the breeze. Guida goes up, can't take it. Warren, fresh air shot by him. Tackle over the top. And the umpire will come in and ball it up just in the shadows of the pavilion between wing and half forward for the Roosters. Ball up for Grigsby and a hold, said the umpire. Going to go to Grigsby against Schooler, and St Albans from half back through the former college ruckman.
Grigsby, he kick as he has done for most of the afternoon. He sends it into the breeze. Higgins will come at it. Big fly Brad Wood and also Noah Allen. Neither could mark, and Little was actually chicken winged in the end. Couldn't go anywhere, and Botsaris holds his progress, and umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Now forward of the wing for the Super Saints. Broadcast side. Grigsby and Drennan's going to be a free kick. Drennan put the knees, Grigsby the knees into Drennan. Actually, Drennan actually thinks that was Grigsby's free kick. And he got the shock of his life when the umpire said, no, it's actually yours. So what does that tell you about the decision? Drennan, short kick, barely went 15, but finds Parnell, who marks it left half back. The Albury recruit takes off towards the wing and sends it towards half forward. Well, Joe Osborne went up spectacularly, landed awkwardly. He's okay. Ball through Horny blow, knocked away from him. David Hanley held without it, and he will win himself a free kick, I reckon. He'll come back to the experienced Rooster, who's got it at left half forward. Distance on the run, you'd back him, but probably set shot a bit different.
So Handley, long kick, top of the square. Moore sets himself off hands at the front. Brock McDonald falls over the crucial stage. Blake Carroll through the middle. He gets wrapped up. Sinkinson pushed off the football. Handball on the outs. Migowski turns around, goal! Metricon goal of the day, Brady Smizgowski. And in tight there, they got the little shuffled handball out, and he was able to put his first on the board. And they take the lead again, Geelong West. The Roosters is pretty tight in there, 6-10-46. They lead St Albans 5-9-39. That's on the Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Bit of reward for effort there. They've had all the play down the forward line. I think St Albans have been giving away some undisciplined free kicks there, so they probably just need to tighten that up a little bit.
So North Shore have actually moved on to I got them at 139. Perfect. And Bell Park, though, 17-17, so inaccurate. Smary 70, Newtown 47, Leopold 69, Colac 48, and Lara and Grovedale to bounce in about 15 minutes from now at Bisanella Oval. Umpire puts it into the air. going early was Drennan against Kai Warren. Warren kept his feet and actually won the footy off the ground, but his handball was a bit elusive in the end for a teammate until it got to Jacob Russell. He gave it to Cole. Cole's kick around the corner wasn't great. Stelma met it nicely, then just pumped it forward, a tumbling punt. It'll sit on its point, bouncing on the cricket wicket area. Coming up to meet it was Osborne, who was really good. And then he'll send it on the outside of his right boot to centre half forward. Guida had to play spoiler from behind, did okay, but at ground level little for the Roosters. A handball. Bradwood, back edge of the centre square, sends a kick wide, looking out there for a marking target, but missing Finn O'Keefe, and Cole, who's been good all afternoon, marks on his chest.
So Nathan Cole, wheels on that trusty left, goes inside 50 with the kick, looks for Higgins, Warren in there as well, front of the pack, Keck, handball on the up, back towards Brogdon, his handball to Guida, kick over the shoulder, up the chimney, not going to be 15. Oh, Nyack takes some good mark that wasn't paid. Ball, David Handley, just wrapped up, not going anywhere. We'll have the ball up inside St Albans, forward 50.
Stiff Nyack, you got to always pay that, don't you?
I think he called not 15.
Yeah, jeez.
Good enough just to pay it.
Yep. Umpire puts it into the air. Two rucks go at it. Kai Warren and Tom Drennan, unlikely rucks. He's Little hurtling over Keck and then pumping it forward, but the kick straight onto the waiting chest of Sinkinson, who marks almost at the front edge of the centre square, drives a kick into the pocket. Higgins, his target. Kick had too much on it for him. Tracking it to the boundary line is Wood. He'll run out of room. Russell ensuring he can't get a handball away. And in the right forward pocket at the southern or Church Street end of the ground, we'll get a boundary throw in. It's nearly 16 minutes played. The clock on the scoreboard here well out. So 16 minutes on the Barn Foods time clock. Lead of 7 for the Roosters. Higgins, the ruckwork, wants to put it into the corridor for somebody to run onto, although plenty of Roosters bodies there, including Little. Ball spills. Handball out of the pack. He's okay, although Noah Allen was set a task. He lost it in the tackle. Nyack gave it away, and then the kick of Charlie Hall to space.
Goes out wide, looking towards centre wing. It's all St Albans. If it sits there, it runs away, though. Jed Warren can't keep it in. So probably handy for the Roosters in the end on centre wing. It runs out with a 1-on-3. It's going to be a boundary throw in on the outer side. 7 points of difference here in the third term. Boundary throw in, Drennan and Warren. Wouldn't have had those two on the bingo ticket for ruck duties this afternoon. Ball goes close to the boundary line again. Max Kelly hassles Hodgson and the ball over, and we'll have another boundary throw in still on centre wing. So middle stages of this third term, Roosters need to get a little bit of a wriggle on. We've got the aid of a breeze, which David Handley told us was 3 or 4 goals at half time. Warren, ruck contest, ball to Harvey, fresh air shot from him for the Roosters. Free kick for a leg. St Albans going to take it. Nathan Cole and 50 as well. Ethan Little with a bit of back chat to the umpire, not taking any of it. Nathan Cole's going to come down, and it's going to be interesting. Where's he going? I think the umpire was waiting for the other umpire to come and help him out. He didn't, so Nathan Cole got an extra couple of steps. It goes into the goal line and pushed through for a rush behind to the visitors. And they go to 5-10-40. Trail Geelong West 6-10-46. Bowen Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
What is it with rush behinds and that goal line, just going back to last year's qualifying final? Yeah, long ball towards half back for the Roosters, and coming up, Drennan took a nice mark. Hamlin Hanger contender at right half back. Call to play on. Sends a kick wide, and mark taken. No, running out of room before he took the mark was Stelma, and it'll come back to Fletcher Keck. The 58 goes short, and it's okay, the kick, and finds a marking target. Cody Brogdon, he chips one over the top, and Cordello has marked. Or is it Jed Warren? It's Jed Warren with the footy. Call to play on. He'll drive it to about 35-40 out from goal, and judging it best, Botsaris. Schooler thought he was in the best position. Botsaris timed his run and took the mark on the chest. Hamlin Hanger contender from Jimmy B, and he'll go back and have a shot that will be probably testing distance-wise as he kicks into the breeze. Important kick, though. If they could draw level as we approach time on in this third quarter, knowing they'll kick with the breeze in the last quarter. Botsaris got close to the man on the mark. It'll hang in the breeze. It won't have the distance. Elliott, the spoiler from the back. Top of the defensive goal square. Meddings fired a handball. Hanley, Allen, all by hand. Carroll sitting duck for Coots. Managed to get a handball away. Little had to go back and retrieve the situation. Ran out of room. Handball back. Meddings had a fumble in opportune time and then taken over the boundary line and out. A boundary throw in the right forward pocket. Good forward pressure from the Super Saints row.
Great forward pressure. Great contest by Hayden Elliott to bring it to ground for the Smalls as well.
So a throw in, still deep in St Albans' attack. At 15 around from their goal. Higgins up against Schooler. Schooler got it down. Rode by Jed Warren. Quick little kick around the corner. Bounces through a couple. And then happy to see it through for a rush behind there was Brad Wood. So handy point St Albans 5-11-41. They trail Geelong West 6-10-46. Bowen Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
So it's Hanley running his full measure. Lockie, and then a high ball to half back. Horniblow comes with a run, but there's 3 or 4 competing with him. The umpire says there was a lot of hands on that. I'm going to ball it up. Lockie might argue that he had first hands and should be paid the mark, but was quick to give the ball back to the umpire and head back to his position in the forward half of the ground. Ball into the air. Kai Warren just palmed it down, but Lockie Taylor was there. He fumbled. Boothie had it stolen away. Good play. Little received it from the man who stole it away in O'Keefe. Kick towards half forward off the hands of the pack. Smigowski went to go with the outside of the right boot and has kicked that basically to Birchie. He was trying to get on the outside of the right boot into space into sort of left half forward and instead managed to almost put it into the function taking place upstairs, and it'll be a free kick to the Super Saints. And Gray will take it at right half back.
Gray runs very close to the man on the mark and goes towards the centre wing position. Moore took the mark anyway. It was going to be out of bounds on the full. But right on centre wing, Riley Moore wants to play on. Runs his distance. Terrible kick off the boot. Over the head of Osborne in the end for St Albans. Gray close to the boundary line. And he's seen over and will be a throw in. About 45 around from the Geelong West goal.
Well, sure, with 2 goals now.
Yes. Go on, Jories.
Geelong West 46, St Albans 41, but the other scores, St Mary's 71, Newtown 47, Leopold 76, Colac 49.
The ball comes back towards Boothie at half back for St Albans. Pack develops. Boothie puts the tackle on in the end. Blake Carroll got there as well. And it will be the ball up. Left half forward for the Roosters. Grigsby gets it down, side of the pack, roved, handball to Carroll. Right foot kick to the top of the square. McDonald comes in, roved though by Tom Hanley, got the handball over the top and close to the line. I think it's going to be pushed through. It is for another rush behind, this time to the Roosters. 6-11-47. They lead St Albans 5-11-41. Barwon Timber, K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
Miles Gray, as he has done for most of the afternoon with kick-in duties, drives it long to right half back. He'll kick it straight to Schooler, though. Couldn't take the mark. Taking it away was Stelmer, though, for the Roosters. He's kick inside forward 50. Osborne diving for it. Smigowski trying to keep it alive at the boundary line. Knocked it to his own advantage, but coming the other way. Gray was good. Hodgson was good. He had his kick smothered, though. Chance here for Gray. He threw it on his right boot. High ball, back with the flight. Grigsby couldn't mark off the pack, but taken by Taylor. High floating ball. Standing all alone on the goal line. Brock McDonald will ease the situation, and then he'll go short into the left back pocket to Guida.
So I think it's Sinkinson actually who's got the footy. So he's going to go from the back pocket. He's going to chip the ball towards Hodgson. Dangerous at centre half back, but okay, it came off. So Hodgson handballs over the top. Dangerous. The other way now for the Roosters. Got the number short kick on the outboard. David Handley rides through a bump. Oh, and then gets wrapped up. That's a tackle and holding the ball. Way too slow and advantage paid. Brogdon handball over the top to Keck. Under pressure. Back towards Brogdon. He's going to be wrapped up as well. It's gone up in intensity here. The ball's gone free. Lockie Taylor. He's wrapped up as well. Everybody's paying for holding the ball. And now it is paid hold the ball. I don't know how you can do one after not doing another. But anyway, free kicks at Albans back into the centre square.
Bailey Brogdon's very lucky.
Very lucky.
His brother's tackle was good on David. David Handley thought he had a lot more time.
So the ball to centre wing. Now Cunningham goes with a long kick towards Higgins. In the middle of the pack. Front and square was Boothie was good. Right foot kick. Top of the square to Coots. Sits for him okay in the marking contest. Tried to get the handball out. He does. Now Brogdon around the corner. Right foot kick. Goal! Cody Brogdon puts his first on the board.
And scores level here at West. St Albans 6-11-47, Geelong West 6-11-47. Barwon Timber, K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard in the experts chair. Thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport. Here's Rowe.
How much of a difference that one decision in the middle of the ground? If it goes the other way, they kick a goal, they go up by a couple. Now it goes the other way, and then they kick the goal. It keeps them right in it. So that those half decisions that can go one way or the other sometimes have a big impact on the play.
Especially with the breeze, that knowing St Albans are going to come home with it. As West try to look for a buffer. 24 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock in this third quarter. Sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong. Ball into the air for Grigsby and Schooler. Grigsby winning the tap down this time. Little to try and burst away. Under pressure, got a kick away. A high floating ball towards centre half forward. And Riley Moore charging up. Took it on the chest. Still plenty of time for them to bang on a couple of goals late. Sends a kick towards the lead of Horny Blow. He had Sinkinson for company, but a free kick not being paid. And there is a request from Horny Blow for being held. Umpire didn't see it that way, and wait for the boundary umpire to make his way round to the left forward pocket and the boundary throw in.
Might be an opportunity to single one out, whether it's a Kelly or a Dave Hanley, just one out inside 30 metres and let him go to work.
Ruck contest. Moore takes it out of the ruck. I think it's going to be thrown back in. Bit of a short boundary throw in there, so boundary umpire to throw it back into play. Moore and Grigsby. Grigsby gets it down, rowed by Warren. Kick on the outside. Booth, his handball on the up was good. Round the corner to Bailey Brogdon. And he gets it out safely out of bounds on centre wing for a throw in.
25.5 minutes played. Barwon Foods time clock, 6:11 apiece on the Barwon Timber scoreboard. Geelong owned and operated, building better since 1980. Umpire hurls it back into play. Schooler from behind winning the tap down. Keck hit it hard, couldn't take the footy, but Grigsby there to help him out. Handball on the bounce. Boothie had 3 goes at picking it up and then scooped it out. Jed Warren on the outside of the right boot. It was well taken by Stelmer, who bursts away from Cody Brogdon, confronted by Russell, loops a handball to Wood, and then Stelmer receives it back with a bounce, runs towards the outer wing and then cuts the kick back towards centre half forward, and was able to find a marking target in David Hanley. And David Hanley, as we said, on the run, you would back him distance-wise. Maybe not so much from a set shot. You don't want a long point here. He's going to take off to the right, see what distance he can get. It's a long ball. I'll compete on the line, and it'll roll through from behind. And that's what they didn't want. It does give them the lead by a point, but they probably would have been better to the top of the square, right?
I just think sometimes you just got to get it off the top of the square, so whether it's in the centre of the points or the point post, just to get a different angle at it.
2 behinds for David Hanley.
Hodgson plays on from fullback. Long kick, big pack. Side of the pack, Russell. Little left foot kick, not very far. Wood gets around a couple of tackles, goes to the top of the square again. Horny Blow takes the mark in front. Joe Osborne couldn't do anything there. Just fell to the front, and where forward should be, Lockie Horny Blow was there. He's taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 25 out, 45-degree angle.
Wood's composure behind the ball's been good today.
And hopefully for him, Lockie Horny Blow to finish off his good work at the northern end of the ground. They're a point in front at the moment, the Roosters. This is to make the margin 7. Late stages of this third term. Comes in. Right foot kick. And kicks the goal. So his third of the afternoon. 7th for the Roosters, 7-12-54. They lead St Albans 6-11-47. Barwon Timber, K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard. They need a couple more, Rogue.
I think they need a couple more, yeah. It's been an arm wrestle. I think St Albans would be happy with the quarter so far, just the arm wrestle that it's been. Big parts of the game being played in the middle part of the ground, which has probably worked in their favour.
28 minutes gone on the Barwon Foods time clock. Yeah, good mate. Chase Boris for Pixel Sports Media. He was floating around here. He might have moved off to some other region of West Oval.
Might be in the function.
Potentially. Grigsby won the tap down. Almost wanted to do his own roving. Fino Keefe took the loose footy for the Roosters. He was taken in a tackle, gets to his feet, gives the ball to the umpire, and umpire Jones says, give it to me. Puts it quickly into the air. Grigsby the tap down. Taylor and Keck holding each other. Schooler a handball to Taylor. Taylor, a neat little kick. Went about 3 metres, but it was taken nicely by Lockie Hanley, who then pumps the Roosters inside 50, judging it best off the boot. The mark taken, or not taken in the end by Cunningham. It bounced off his chest, and then a push and shove ensures, and involved in that is Tom Hanley, and umpire's just got to put the ball in the air. That'll separate the players. He just says, yeah, where are the two rucks? I'm going to put the ball in the air. And I reckon the push and shove will stop. Grigsby won the tap down. McDonald, who was in the push and shove, actually had it tapped in his direction, turned and kicked quickly, wanted Jacob Russell. Schooler got in the way, knocked it to ground level, and the ball will get locked up under a packed Stelmer. And also Jacob Russell, and we'll get a ball up between the edge of the centre square and the top of the 50. Roosters in attack and leading by 7 late in this third quarter.
So ball up, getting it down. Grigsby, Taylor on the side of the pack for the Roosters. He's wrapped up as well, not going anywhere. So another ball up. Still 55 out from the Roosters' goal. Grigsby stands up in the tackle. What happened there? Schooler got one high, I think, going up in the ruck, and he's going to get a free kick. A big ruckman for the Roosters. He's going to play on now. 60 from goal. Top of the goal square. With the breeze. Goal. Max Schooler has kicked the Metricon goal of the day so far. He just went off one step. I'll tell you what, his ear massage recovered pretty quick when he kicked the goal. And he put his first on the board. And with the breeze, Max Schooler was able to put it over the top of 3 or 4 players in the goal line. Geelong West 8-12-60. They lead St Albans 6-11-47. Bowen Timber, K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
I think Grigsby's had the better of him today, in and around the ground in particular. To get one back like that, especially when your team needs it, it's pretty important.
You've got a fair old piece of it.
He did. It carried, didn't it?
Yeah. Which, obviously, if you're a St Albans fan, you won't be too upset. 13 is very manageable when you're kicking with the aid of what we expect to be a 3 or 4 goal breeze. Drennan doing the ruck work, won the tap down. Cole couldn't take it cleanly. Socket off the ground and tracked towards half forward. Tom Hanley's there, but coming the other way, Cunningham couldn't take it. Tried to knock it towards Boothie. Boothie put his head over the footy. He left the ball behind and too high. He's going to be the free kick going to the Roosters. Bit of push and shove. Cole getting involved with Finn O'Keefe, and it's going to come back to Tom Hanley, who's got it. True centre wing for the Roosters. Drives it towards half forward. More down low. Genuflected, but couldn't take the mark. Handball out of the pack. Stolen by Smigowski. Outside of the right boot. Works okay this time. Rolls towards the top of the goal square. Kelly trying to fight for it. And down there also is Brogdon. He couldn't get his hands on the footy. Trying to barge his way through. Horny blow, but stolen. And the clearing kick comes from Joe Osborne. A high ball to the wing.
Goes a 2-on-1. Noah Allen's one of the two, and he takes the mark. Over the back on centre wing. Wants to switch the play. Lateral kick was okay. Held up in the breeze a little bit, but Brad Wood kept his width. 60 from goal. He goes further afield. Terrible kick. Howarth takes the mark. And they'll be able to stem the flow for St Albans. He goes out wide. Nyack comes up to the ball for the Roosters. They go out wide. Back to Nyack now. A little kick around the corner. Handley did well. That should have been a hold if it wasn't a mark for David Handley, and the umpire will come in and ball up. David Handley gets up and goes, what the hell is going on there?
Just hasn't been his day when it comes to the men in lime green. Couple haven't gone his way. That surely should have been a hold. Umpire Batters just directing traffic and now putting the ball into the air for Drennan and Cole to go at it. Drennan at ground level. Did okay, handball on the up little, dragged down as he kicked, got it over his right shoulder, left shoulder, but Spoil of Hodson was good away from the other number 8 and Kelly. And in the right forward pocket, will have it hurled back into play. Can they find one more as we approach 33 minutes played on the Barham Foods time clock in this third quarter? They lead by 13. They led by 21 at quarter time, but quickly had that reeled in.
So, ball. Still in the forward 50, more in the forward pocket. Close. That is a hold, and umpire McSparron has called it. And it is a hold to Lockie Horniblow against Miles Gray. And it will be Horniblow with the free kick in the right forward pocket, the northern end of the ground. He's only 8 metres out from goal, but he's on a fairly acute angle. And this is a chance for his 4th of the afternoon, Lockie Horniblow. So there's about 8 people standing pretty close to him. He comes around the left and kicks the goal. So he puts his 4th on the board. Good skills there from Lockie Horniblow. And the 9th for Geelong West. They go to 9-12-66. They lead St Albans 6-11-47.
And that is on the Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard. Geelong owned and operated, building better since 1980. That's Barwon Timber. That's enough. That's what they need, don't they?
Absolutely, right on the knock at three-quarter time. I think that's going to be really important, and if they can sneak one early into the last, it might give them the confidence they need.
So scores were tied only about 8 or 9 minutes ago. They've got 2 goals to Horniblow and 1 to Max Schooler. And the margin is 19. And Horniblow, a bit like Oscar Morrison yesterday, he's 4 goals, proving vital. Back in the middle, Joe Osborne doing the ruck work against Drennan. In fact, sorry, it's Kai Warren, I should say. And he's dumped by Drennan. There's a bit going on. Bodies going everywhere. Umpire says, give it to me. I'll ball it up. He's elusive, Kai Warren, in terms of his jump. He'll go at it again. Good vertical leap. He wins the tap down this time against Drennan. Running onto the loose footy was Bailey Harvey, but couldn't take it cleanly. Smigowski, just a handball into space. Says to Tom Hanley, run onto that. He kicks into the pocket. Horniblow, but couldn't get there. Back with the flight was Hodgson. He's taken by Kelly in that Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchup. And we'll get a ball up right forward pocket again at the northern end of the ground. 9-12-66 the Giants. 6-11-47 the Super Saints. And really, we should be calling we are calling the Roosters this afternoon in red and white.
So the ball back into play. Through the middle to Little with the outside of the right foot. Up and towards the square. Off hands just. Horniblow had a couple on him. And it's through for 1 behind to the Roosters. So they go to 9-13-67. They lead St Albans 6-11-47. Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Hick went looking for Keck. He couldn't take it. Kelly found the foot. He had his kick smothered by Keck as the three-quarter time siren sounds. We've got a game on our hands still because St Albans will kick with the aid of the breeze in the last, but after they seemed like they'd had the better of the exchanges for the majority of the third quarter, the Super Saints, the Roosters, with 3 late goals from the 27-minute mark onwards in a quarter that went 35 minutes, have managed to be able to bang on a very handy 20-point buffer. 9-13-67. St Albans 6-11-47. We'll take a break from here at West Oval. That third quarter thanks to Barwon Timber, Geelong owned and operated, building better since 1980. Fellmongers Road in Breakwater. Thanks to Repco Cafe 24/7. Live, breathe. K-Rock footy.
Geelong's favourite way to wake up.
So, if you have trouble bending, stretching, putting on socks as you get older, or if you were injured, so seen this hack.
I could use this.
Yeah, I know.
Because I have to roll on my back at the moment and kind of hook one on my big toe and just anything like that, just to get it started.
Of course you do. It's called foreplay.
In 2025, Geelong and the Surf Coast's favourite way to wake up is Tom, Lee and Loggy on K-Rock 955. Visit one of Mimosa Homes' 50 displays across Melbourne and Geelong.
You've got 11 sandwiches to choose from. All Devon. That's not a choice, unless you're super into Devon. What holds for sandwiches holds for paint projects. You want real choice. No one stocks a greater range of Dulux paints and products or gives you tips and advice on how to use them than your local Inspirations Paint store. That's what makes them the Dulux approved specialist. What's your next project?
Inspirations Paint, Grovedale, 138 Torquay Road.
Metricon gives you freedom to get more of what you really want in a brand new home. More space, more light, and all at a price you can afford. Like the family favourite 4-bedroom Amira 20 with Kingston facade from $223,900. Yes, under 224 grand. But hurry, first 40 buyers only. Search Metricon Homes today. Conditions apply. Exclude site costs. Geelong Build Region. CDBU 52967.
Harvey Norman, the home of king-size TVs. Bigger is better. Immerse yourself in the incredible viewing experience of a king-size TV. All the leading brands. Samsung, LG, Sony, Hisense and TCL. Whether it's game day, movie night or a binge weekend. Enjoy spectacular clarity and detail with resolutions from 4K to 8K and screen sizes up to a massive 100-inch. Connect more, see more and do more with a king-size TV featuring the very latest in smart technology. See the specialists in king-size TVs at Harvey Norman now. Your locally owned and operated Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds.
Since a bloke named Bill started cutting timber in a mill back in 1980, Barwon Timber's been the builder's best mate ever since. Whether you're stick framing or need prefab frames and trusses, Barwon Timber's got what you need for every building stage. Geelong owned and operated with trade quality products in stock, ready to go. Barwon Timber, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. The team that builders just keep coming back for.
I'm going down to Barwon Timber.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
It's three-quarter time here at West Oval. Geelong West 9-13-67. St Albans 6-11-47. 20-point buffer for the Roosters. Jane Birch is down boundary side. She's going to listen and chat with Greg Mellor at three-quarter time. Let's go around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. I'll start with the AFL, Jace, where the full-time score at Marvel Stadium is Brisbane 17-16, 118 to the St Kilda 11-7-73. Rest of the GFL, please.
Yes, Bell Park 138, lead North Shore 15. St Mary's 86, lead Newtown 54. And Leopold 88, lead Colac 51.
Ballerine, 3 games today to round out round 4.
Yes, round 4 in the Ballerine. Anglesea 52. Trail Torquay 79, Mottawarri 92, doing a number on Queenscliff 37, and Geelong having a 97, Barwon Heads 79.
So tightening up a little
bit there.
Okay, so and GDFNL, where there are some, talking about tight games, there are numerous tight games this afternoon.
Yes, there is. Werribee Central 77, Bellpost Hill 76. Anarchy 66, lead Geelong West 61. No score Thompson Belmont, don't know whether they exist at the moment. North Geelong 57, East Geelong 56.
So the 3 games that are underway
there's 8 points between them.
Right, we'll see if we can get a score from the Belmont Lions and Thompson clash.
Text Richard from Werribee.
Don't need to do that.
Winch and Karai to start at 5:30 Twilight game.
And Blar and Grovedale would have started.
Oh, yes, they would have
in the last 9 minutes.
Let me have a look and see if there's a score there from Lara and Grovedale. Caller, please hold. There is no score at the moment, so that's great.
83-48, Belmont Lions lead Thompson.
Right.
So some very small revenge. You can never win a premiership back.
Not in round 2 or 3.
No, but that is the score right now between the Belmont Lions and Thompson, and taking place. We'll pause that. We don't need to hear the commentary from Belmont Lions and Thompson.
No, we do not.
The problem is it defaults to being on.
I'll tell you what defaults here is that I've become Rowan McSparron's manager in the last 10 minutes. So when he goes to coach again, I'm getting him the best deal ever, because I reckon he's been railroaded by a few clubs over the.
Oh, wow. 83-56. In fact, be interesting to see whether Thompson's got any breeze, although, gee, that would nearly be full time with a 2 o'clock bounce. What have you made of the contest so far, Ro, in the Sporting Globe Experts chair?
Definitely been an arm wrestle, that's for sure. Teams have had little parts of the game on their terms. They just haven't quite cashed in. I think the biggest one we've seen so far is the start of the second quarter for St Albans, when they put those goals on really quick. If they're able to do that again here in the last, they can blow the game open pretty quick. It'll be interesting to see if West put one behind the ball and try and shore it up early, but I still think they've got to kick at least 2 goals this quarter to get it done.
Thank you, Rowan McSparron in the expert chair for the Sporting Globe. Birchie, you're just waiting for Greg Mellor, who's just making some adjustments on his coach's board, and you'll get him for a quick couple of words after he gave his last address on this special day for the Roosters. 50 years of their VFA premiership being celebrated, and the majority, 14 of the 18 that played that day here with us. 2 have passed, a couple of unavailabilities, but Birchie, who's just standing alongside Greg Mellor, assistant coaches Wade Chapman, I think Darren Forsman also involved there, keeping an eye on things, and Birchie patiently waiting for Greg to give her a couple of minutes of time. Waiting for the rest of the crowd to get off the ground too. We'll get this final quarter for Zambrero underway. Zambrero, it's Feel Good Max. Greg Mellor's just furiously moving magnets, trying to get things ready. We might start the commentary, and then what we'll do is hopefully get Birchie to get a couple of words off Greg as Kai Warren and Max Schooler go at it.
Well, he does. Kai Warren takes it out of the ruck contest and goes to the right foot kick towards half forward, punched away by Allen at the back for the Roosters. Russell's across on centre wing. He handballed over the top to Brogdon. Had to sit and wait a little bit. Now he goes to the right foot kick. It's good too. And Grigsby takes the mark.
Birchie, you've got Greg.
He just wandered off on me. He's going upstairs, so.
All right. All good for Leopold Sporties. We'll let Jace call Grigsby having a shot at goal.
Not going to handball it, that's for sure, Joel. Doesn't like to handball.
Distance won't be an issue.
No, it will be a question of accuracy. 20 points of difference at the start of this final term here at West Oval. Joel Grigsby, the ruckman, who took a good diving mark. And he will be shooting for goal from 50 out, just left of centre. At the northern end, he comes in. We're going to have a great view of this as it comes in. It's a bit skinny, I think, and he's missed it to the near side and through for one behind. So they go 6-12-48 now, St Albans. Trail Geelong West 9-13-67. Sombrero, K-Rock. Final quarter scoreboard.
Margin 19. And we've played in this last quarter on the Barn Foods time clock just over a minute. Long ball to half back. Flying Osborne could mark up the hands of the pack. Horny blow, turning, kick quickly, rolling ball. Elliott has actually gone back behind the footy. Maybe doesn't like playing at the northern end of the ground. Max Kelly was a little bit slow. Hodgson with a tackle, went twice at him. In fact, made him earn it. Brock McDonald tussles the hair. Max Kelly asks the umpire for a free kick that will never come, and we'll get it hurled back into play. Max even looked at us, hoping for some sort of support that we can't provide him.
Sorry, Max. Can't help you there.
9-13, 6-12.
Boundary throw in. Schooler in front, got it down. Russell, Jed Warren. Now the handball comes back towards David Hanley. Brock McDonald right on him. Throws him into the ground, tells him all about it. And it will be Lockie Taylor and Brock McDonald having a good little chat to each other.
A headband off.
A headband off. I reckon Brock's is better than Lockie's. I think Lockie needs to do a bit of work on his bit of restoration. Boundary throw in. Grigsby and Schooler. Grigsby to the front, Russell through the middle, wrapped up. Oh, Ethan Little put a jockey right on top of him and started riding him. And 2 number 7s, he wasn't going anywhere there, Russell. Now, Grigsby, Schooler, took it out of the ruck and then handballed it to Little, who went the right way, but then, oh, he was lucky. He got a free kick. Warren was right next to him. Got him high, and Ethan Little will take the free kick in the middle for the Roosters.
I think it was there.
Oh, yeah.
He'll just take off to the right slightly and then drive a kick to about 35 from goal. It's off the hand of the pack. Here's a chance for Riley Moore. Jammed it on the boot, but missed everything. And it rolls out of bounds for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket. Actually not a bad result.
Better than a point for sure.
Rowan Exparent in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. 3 minutes almost ticked over on the Barn Foods time clock. Boundary umpire comes into the field of play about 7 or 8 metres and will hurl it in. Moore, Grigsby the tack down. Taylor the roving, couldn't get it onto his boot in time. Brock McDonald the loose ball, a high left foot kick, back with the flight. Wood just out of his reach. Stelmer, handball back. Allen through traffic outside of the right boot and he'll put it out in the full. And Bailey Brogdon will come up the bike track. Step around Jay Enor and take the free kick at left half back.
Brogdon plays on now. Right foot kick long towards half forward. Nobody really there for St Albans. It's all the Roosters and Allen takes the mark. He's a rangy type, isn't he, Noah Allen?
Colac product?
He is, yeah. He is from Imps. Played a bit of Falcons footy.
Goes across the face of goal. Parnell takes it. Higgins stands the mark. Goes back to whence it came now. Parnell into the opposite back pocket. And the mark's taken. Last line of defence. They go short. Oh, missed a target though. Was that out of bounds on the full? Just bounced in the field of play. Lucky. I think that came from Stelmer. And will be a boundary throw in. So St Albans still into attack. Left half forward for them. Grigsby comes down to do the ruck work against Schooler. Grigsby with a big thump back towards the boundary line. Absolutely no idea why you would do that. And anyway, we're going to do it all again.
Ruckman.
What about the bloke that's playing for Colac today that hasn't played a senior game for 1,000 years?
Who's that?
Dean Felikos.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal workhorse, Dean Felikos. He's been a great servant for that footy club.
Boundary throw in, left forward pocket. Grigsby winning the tap down. Finn O'Keefe gave a handball back to Little. Slung in the tackle, lost it. Fell back okay. Worked out right for Wood to the run of Allen. Allen inside defensive 50. High ball. Tom Hanley will come up to meet it. It'll sit on its point. He'll have to wait for it. So he just palmed it down to Max Kelly. His handball. He tried to put it into space. Eventually got it to where he wanted it to go for Parnell, but he was wrapped up in a tackle and brought to ground. And the longer this goes without St Albans kicking a goal, this is going to suit Geelong West, Row.
For sure, yeah. It's been a bit of a scrap so far, but transition-wise, West are looking better.
Schooler in front, Grigsby. Little Had it, lost it, got it back, then got wrapped up, but it got the handball away to Parnell. Goes on the outboard to Harvey. His handball further afield. They go with a long kick inside 50. Moore's got a couple. Osborne punches from behind. Front and centre was great from Handley. And David Handley puts the ball through the middle and kicks a goal. And that is his first this afternoon for David Handley. And great play, front and centre from David Handley, as you'd expect. He might not be 100%, but on that 100% fit, but on that occasion was worked hard. 10-13-73, the Roosters. St Albans 6-12-48. Sombrero K-Rock final quarter score. It's going to make it difficult for St Albans.
It will. Good plays. You can keep them down for a long time. They just bob up at the right time, don't they? And Handley got on the end of that one. It was a nice little finish.
I'm going to say a 70% David Handley's better than a lot.
It is.
Just the class and the nous. A nice finish, just dribbled it through. Umpire puts it up. Kai Warren from behind. Schooler won the tap down. Kai Warren will actually do the roving and then just bang it onto his left boot. It'll roll towards left half forward and roll and roll. And Boothie will keep it alive, but he'll run out of room. Dumped over the boundary line. And we'll get a boundary thrown. The boundary umpire operating with a different sounding whistle to what we normally expect. It's more netball sort of style. Half thinking there's still stuff going on over on the courts.
Must be a smaller P.
73-48. Ball back into play. Tap down Grigsby. Front of the pack. Oh, taken high. Finn O'Keefe by Keck. And that'll be a free kick.
Must have something to do with the cheese here, Alan. You're very much like Kirsch sometimes.
Handball off to the run of Lockie. Handley steps inside Guida, and then a long ball towards forward 50. Riley Moore and Hayden Elliott set themselves. Neither can mark off the hands of the pack. Tom Handley, a spiralling ball. Max Kelly with the one hand. Couldn't reel it in. Soccer off the ground. Came from Parnell. Moore a handball, but turned it over. Cordello outside of the right boot. Bouncing ball towards half back. Taken by Charlie Hall, and he's taken in a tackle and held up at about 35. Make it 40 out from the West goal. One more would put this to bed. They've got the game high lead at the moment at 25 points. 73 playing 48.
Grigsby pushed into it by Moore. Ball spills free and spills to Little. He had it, lost it. Now Warren tries to get it back for St Albans. Little comes back and he gets wrapped up and he's not going anywhere. So inside forward 50 for the Giants. And have a ball up Grigsby with a right hand this time. K-Rock zone tries to get across there. Max Kelly on the up in the end. Parnell, right foot kick towards the square. Which way is it going to bounce? It's going to bounce away from goal and out of bounds for a throw in. Seeing it over there was Miles Gray. So in the right forward pocket for the Roosters, they will have a boundary throw in.
Just keeping an eye on Blake Carroll down here for the moment. Birchie, maybe some cramp for him for St John of God as it's grabbed out of the ruck by Riley Moore. A high floating ball that will go out of bounds on the full. Down to you, Birchie.
Yeah, trainer's just stretching out that left leg. Probably a little bit of cramp setting in, you'd think.
So in the left back pocket, free kick belongs to Gray. And he'll drive it outside defensive 50, a long ball. Oh, big fly going early. Noah Allen, that was spectacular. And he has landed awkwardly. He's okay. He will get to his feet. But that is a very unrealistic attempt. That's as unrealistic as you can get when it comes to unrealistic attempts.
Yeah, that's the winner so far, that one.
I don't see many more unrealistic this year.
So Nathan Cole at half back for St Albans goes towards half forward with a kick. Going up, Grigsby can't take the mark off the back. Guida gets it towards full forward. Higgins, turn Nyack around, little left foot kick. Which way is it going to bounce? It's going to bounce through for a goal. Tom Higgins, great play with the big fella. He's kicked his third of the afternoon. And St Albans 7th. They go to 7-12-54. They trail Geelong West 10-13-73. Sombrero K-Rock final quarter scoreboard. And in the experts chair, thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, Geelong. It is Rowan McSparren.
Well, we've seen Riley Moore take it out of the ruck, out of bounds on the full, probably not the right play. Then Noah Allen go for the big mark. Then all of a sudden the ball's deep inside 50 and the big fella puts on a little bit of candy and sinks a nice goal. Two very poor passages of play from West to take it from deep their forward line to give St Albans a clear shot on goal.
17-14 Amos. Bowen hits 13-19. No shortage of shots at goal taking place at APCO Cafe 24/7 Oval. Tapped down by Schooler, ball bobbling around in the middle. Chance here O'Keefe fired a handball out, missed its target, although Little ran onto the loose ball. He just put out a handball into space. Lockie Hanley was a good little block there by Guida. Opened the door for Bailey Brogden. Kick inside 50. Wanted Grigsby. Was spoiled away. Lockie Hanley picked up the loose footy at the front, and taking it out of bounds is Angus Codd in the left forward pocket, and we'll get a boundary throw in. So we're about, as Tom Hanley's getting some work done on a left calf in front of us for St John of God. 73 plays 54, and the ball will be hurled back into play as we've played 10.5 minutes on the Barn Foods final quarter time clock.
Grigsby got it down to the front of the pack. Little toe poke. And the ball up in the chimney. Oh, Coots going back. Taylor put his head down.
Yeah, you can't. That's not a free kick.
No, that's not a free kick because he put his head down, Lockie Taylor, and played for it nicely, and the umpire agreed with him and got it away. He goes towards Harvey on centre wing, takes the mark for the Roosters. Called to play on. Goes towards half forward. Allen can't take the mark. Drennan comes. Handball. No. Warren better. Gives it away to his brother. Left foot kick. Tumbling punt towards half. Oh, centre wing was okay. They was just playing at all costs. Botsaris goes long. Higgins has got two on him. Nyack comes to the front. Falls over the crucial stage. He's got some support. Codd with plenty of time goes short. It's okay. Parnell takes the mark at defensive 50.
He does, and just holds things up. Bit of experience there from Parnell. Concedes some ground back to Lockie Hanley, who's ideal in this situation, always pinpoint with his accuracy kicking, and no different this time as he gives it to Codd. Back to Lockie Hanley, a high ball to the wing. Noah Allen sets himself and takes a good mark. Had the momentum, got in front of Bailey Brogden, took the mark and turned and kicked quickly. Not trying to save the game here, West. They're trying to win the game. Went looking for Horny Blow. Spoil into the path of Carroll. Carroll looking for Riley Moore. Moore did okay to knock it away from Hayden Elliott out of bounds, get a stoppage for his team at right half forward. They're still looking to take the game on where so many would try and probably, go into sort of safe mode.
Yeah, they're keeping the pace on the footy, that's for sure.
Ball back into play for Grigsby and also Drennan. Here's David Hanley, brought down by Howarth, and at the point of the square at right half forward, a ball up. 12 minutes played, Barwon Foods final quarter time clock. West with the advantage, 73-54, looking to rally for the greats of 75.
Ball up now, Grigsby in front, got it down. Warren does well on the outside of the right boot towards centre wing. Boothie comes at it now, going to have Keck in support as well for St Albans, but the Roosters happy to see it over the boundary line, and they do so. Blake Carroll there for the Roosters, and also getting up Lockie Hanley. So, mere ball up. Schooler and Grigsby come across close to the boundary line. Grigsby gets a right hand to it. Taylor's fresh air shot, runs around the boundary line. Now it's out, and the boundary umpire with a bit of work to do right on centre wing. Geelong West 10-13, 73. They lead. St Albans 7-12, 54.
Bell Park 156, North Shore 15, St Mary's 123, pulled away from Newtown 54, Leopold 107, Colac 51, and no score has been posted yet for Lara and Grovedale as from the throw-in. Bailey Coots has got the footy in his hands, and it is a tackle that is laid that will stop him from going anywhere, and we'll get a ball up true centre wing broadcast side. So keep an eye on that Lara Grovedale score. Of course, complete around the grounds, the most up-to-date and latest news from local footy in our post-game, fifth quarter for Homestyle Aged Care, but the ball right now is on the near side wing. Smigowski, a handball for West, or taken high. Bailey Brogden should have got a free kick, wasn't seen. It's Bailey Harvey came over the top, and we'll get another stoppage. 13:45, West in control, you would say, 73-54, but still plenty to play in this one.
Ball up centre wing. Grigsby got a hand to it, Little though. Got the kick away towards the middle of the ground. Kelly to run onto it. Oh, he got his head ripped off. K-Rock's own. And he'll take the free kick in the middle of West Oval. Max. He goes with a short kick. Oh, dangerous. Holds up in the breeze too. Cordello takes it for St Albans. He goes with a kick towards centre half forward. Higgins against Nyack. Nyack taps it down. Kelly went and helped out. Fixed up his wrong from before. Now the handball outboard. Lockie Hanley, left foot around the corner towards half forward. Oh no, Mark Smigowski. And coming the other way, Osborne breaks the tackle. Goes with the right foot torpedo punt back to where it came. Goes outside there. Kai Warren, Botsaris wrapped up. Got the kick away. Got spun around. Goes back towards half-back. Mark taken. Lockie Taylor. And he just settles the play down for the Roosters.
Yeah, Leopold Sporty's player of the day. Lockie Taylor must be in contention. He's been good all afternoon. He'll go short and find Lockie Hanley has also been pretty impressive. He goes short to Little. And Ethan Little playing game 83 this afternoon. Northern Territorian. just conceding some ground. Back to Charlie Hall, the former St Joseph's man, who goes across the face of his defensive goal, and they're just happy to control the tempo of the contest for the moment. Short kick. Oh, that's a dangerous kick looking for Nyack. Spoil came from behind. And St Albans have got numbers, but Taylor's done well to actually lock up at the bottom of that pack, Tom Cordello. And we will get a ball up. At 50, right half forward. St Albans in attack. Needing a goal from this, you would think, to cut the margin back to 13.
Grigsby against Drennan. Drennan gets it down. Kelly with a toe poke. Drennan put Coots into the ground. The umpire will come in and ball it up again. 50 out from the St Albans goal. So Grigsby and Drennan stand next to each other. Umpire Jones puts the ball in the air for them. Grigsby gets it down, close to the boundary line. Taylor on hands and knees, shuffled it out. Comes back, Bailey Harvey on the up. Brad Wood gets a clearing kick back towards centre wing. More Elliott in front for St Albans. McDonald's handball. Set a task for Howarth. He kicked it up the chimney close to the boundary line. Sinkinson. Oh, does he take the mark? The umpire says yes, he does. And Sinkinson takes it 55 from goal for the Super Saints.
They need one now, you would suspect. Sinkinson sends it to about 30 out from goal. Higgins was his target, or Cordello off the pack, hit it hard. Quick snap by Cody Brogdon, didn't get much purchase on it. And it now ends up in a pack of players, about 20 out from the northern end goal. The goal that St Albans are attacking this final term, thanks to Zambrero. 16 and 3/4 minutes played. Well, Drennan climbed high, won the tap down, but only as far as Bailey Brogdon, who somehow got it to Cordello. Cordello's kick around the corner, marked almost on the goal line by Brad Wood, who saves the day.
So Wood, playing goalkeeper, takes the mark and plays on now. Goes to the outer side with the kick. And there's a 1-on-3. Smigowski was it. Now, is it out of bounds on the full? It is. So Cunningham for St Albans. Drives it long towards the top of the square again. Big pack there. Off hands. Kick away again by the Roosters, but only as far as Warren, who goes with a right foot kick and goals. Jed Warren kicks his first. And that's the goal they needed. They go to 8-12-60. They cut the margin to 13 points. Geelong West 10-13-73. And that's on the Zombrero K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
They needed it, didn't they? They had a fair bit of the play there.
Just
didn't quite get it, but that was a good finish off a couple of steps.
I think he's a classy player. We saw him a bit, Jed Warren, in 2023 at Joey's. And just, seemed to show a bit. I think he played nearly every game in that year with Joey's, and maybe missed one. And then decided to have a crack down at Apollo Bay last year with a few other St Joey's blokes. There was a few of them that made the trek down there. 13 the margin. They stay alive. 18 minutes played on the Bowen Foods final quarter time clock. Would need another one quickly. Ball into the air. Going early and winning the tap down was Kai Warren. He had another go at it as well. Tapped it forward to the man coming off the edge of the square, Guida. Quick kick out of the pack. Came from Russell. Loose footy. Boothie will be first onto it. He just overshot the mark though. Left the footy behind and then had to go back and lay a tackle. And we'll get a ball up. Last man to his feet is Blake Carroll. And we'll get a ball up. About 45 as we get close to 50 at left half forward.
The ball up. Schooler get it down. Keck was there, Grigsby to Boothie, kick top of the square, but Allen stands in the way and takes the mark in front of Higgins.
Playing one in front of Higgins, right?
Yep. They've worked that out pretty quickly, I would suspect, the Roosters. They go short to Nyack. He kicks it over the top. Oh, Warren comes in, Hamlin hanger. Great play, he loves to jump, Kai Warren, and he's taken a great mark over the top of Charlie Hall. He goes with a left foot kick. He goes towards goal. Mark Higgins. He got a little bit of separation from Nyack and took the mark. And Tom Higgins is in the left forward pocket. Pretty acute angle. He's kicked 3 this afternoon, the big fella. And let's see if he can put it through for his 4th of the afternoon and draw the margin back to 7 points. He has kicked the goal.
He likes to kick it hard, doesn't he?
He does. He's kicked it to the train station again. So 4 goals to Tom Higgins. And as we said, that has cut the margin to 7 points. 10-13-73. Geelong West, the Roosters. They lead St Albans 9-12-66. Zombrero K-Rock, final quarter scoreboard.
That arm wrestle was just opened up a little bit, hasn't it? 2 quick goals. Warren's had a big impact. The old 2-foot jumper, he must be a basketballer. He jumps off 2 feet. So nice mark on the far side there, deep entry.
Birchie, all I've got to say to you is good luck with your Leopold Sporties this afternoon. Same to you.
Yeah, I've just circled a few names on my sheet here, but I've got a few too many, so I'll have to narrow it down.
Kai Warren went early, Schooler stood his ground, won the tap down. Cole with a fend on O'Keefe and then kicked very, very wide, put it into the path of Boothie. It'll sit on its point nicely, but Boothie will run out of room and it'll be a boundary throw-in. Maybe Boothie could have just done a little bit better there. And Ro, you've got the Steamatic standout to select as well, so good luck with that as well. So we'll get a boundary throw-in. 20:45 played. We're into time on the Barn Foods time clock, and this one is not decided.
So a throw in for Grigsby and Schooler. Keck comes through. I think he gave away a free kick. Lockie Taylor sucked him in. Now Little wants to play on and does. Goes with a kick long. Elliott punched away. Goes back towards centre wing. Who's going to be there first? Cunningham is. His handball just to Brock McDonald. Left foot kick around the corner. Fell into the arms of Grigsby. Never going to handball. Kicks it towards centre half forward with that kick coming out. Was that a mark? Yes, it was. And it's Kai Warren again in front of Allen has taken the mark. And takes marks high and low. And he will shoot for goal from about 50 out, or 45 out, and he's not a great exponent of the kick. He goes with a left foot kick high towards Higgins. Nyack comes over the top. He can't take it. Parnell, he's over the top of it as well, close to the boundary line. Higgins, but don't argue and drop the footy. Umpire said play on, kick around the corner, top of the square. Sinkinson away from a number of players, goes to the outside. Taylor, does he keep it in? He does. He plays a bit of candy, gives it to Allen, but ran out of room in the end, and we'll have a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for St Albans. 22 played, final turn, Barn Foods time clock.
We went 35 minutes.
Yeah, we've got half an hour left. It's
third quarter, so there must be plenty of time left based on that. Entertaining contest we've got here this afternoon. Ball hurled back into play. It's a shallow throw in, so Grigsby's just thrown the left boot at it.
Wasn't handball.
He's actually volleyed that. He got good connection, but he's put it out in the full, and that ball's going to roll down into the car park, and we'll have to wait for it to come back. A lot of players starting to cramp. Blake Carroll still having issues in front of us.
West Bench beat Werribee by 5 points in Werribee.
So that is now 3 losses by Werribee Centrals by combined 11 points. That's a big win for Bellpost Hill. Geez, it's a tough comp to tip, isn't it?
Absolutely. How good is it, though? How good is it, the comp that's that close? It's fantastic.
Allen, right back pocket. Nobody comes at him. Gee, ran a long way. Geez, lucky not to have been pinged there. Kick towards half back off the hands of the pack, taken and kicked towards half forward by Miles Gray. Chance here for Guida in traffic, just loops a handball into space. Cordello to run onto it, just wouldn't sit for him. Nyack came to, that might have been Tom Hanley coming the other way, trying to meet him. Keck gave it off. Russell, snap over his left shoulder, back with the flight of the footy. Charlie Hall takes the mark on the goal line between the left hand behind and goal post and just holds things up for the moment. 23 and a quarter played. West 73. St Albans coming 66.
Ball short to Handley. Was that 15? Oh, and 50. Oh, I'd like to get the tape measure out. It was pretty close, I reckon, but umpire Jones right there is given 50, and Roosters come up to centre half back.
Oh, wow. You can't assume as a player that they're going. You've got to wait for the call.
Oh, double 50.
Got to wait.
Double 50. They're in the centre of the ground.
Well, it's not 100, because if it's a double 50, that should actually take them to the edge of the centre square.
Well, they go short, so the Roosters with a bit of respite. Parnell has the ball now.
They're not moving.
No, he goes long with the kick inside 50. Horny blow goes up, can't take the mark. Radojevic style. Now the ball comes out, still at defensive 50 for St Albans. Cole's there, handball. And now Howarth gets it away towards the middle of the ground. Which way is it going to bounce? It's going to bounce okay. Oh, handball came back in. Parnell off a step in the middle towards centre half forward. Horny blow again. Falls towards McDonald. He leaves the footy behind. Ball spills free. Which way is it going to go? It's going to go straight down the middle for St Albans. Over the head of Cootes. Who's going to take it now? It's Botzaris. His handball standing start. Jed Warren from the middle of West Oval goes forward. Higgins getting back. Lockie Handley falls in the arms of Cootes. Handballs it
away to Kai Warren, gives it back to Coots, runs into goal and kicks it. And it's a point the difference at West Oval. 10-12, 72 St Albans. Geelong West 10-13, 73. Sombrero K-Rock, final quarter scoreboard. We're played 25 in this final term.
Geelong West just needed some forward movement there. They all sat on their heels, dumped it, shallow entry, way it goes, and St Albans go the length of the ground.
An absolute thriller here at West Oval now. 25 minutes played. You thought when the margin got to 25 points early in the last quarter, thanks to a David Hanley goal, that would be enough, but Coots has got them back, and it's been a lot of Kai Warren having an influence on this contest. Ball back in the middle, massive centre bounce. Players cramping.
I think West are going to throw one behind the ball too now, or another one.
Ball into the air. Kai Warren doing the ruck work. His craft's actually even good in the standing against Schooler. He
got an amazing leap.
He's won that one, actually going toe-to-toe with him. And we got another stoppage because the ball got locked up underneath the pack. Kai Warren again, Schooler, this time just trying to palm it into space. David Hanley's come up around the ball, so's Hayden Elliott with him, so plenty of experience and talent there. Elliott with the footy, David Hanley wraps him up, brings him to ground. We'll get another ball up edge of the centre wicket area, more on the eastern side of the ground. 26 gone, 73-72. The Roosters lead the Super Saints. Ball at ground level, Little, a handball, Schooler, kick wonderfully smothered, Bailey Brogdon falls for Kai Warren, had it knocked from his grasp before he could kick. Cole lays a tackle on Little, ensures he's going nowhere. Another stoppage. 26-20 played on the Barham Foods time clock, final quarter. 1 point, Rooster lead.
So Schooler and Warren right in the middle of West Oval. Schooler gets it down, Little Rhodes, comes off a couple of hands, goes towards half forward for West, falls to the back, here they go. Roosters go up towards full forward, over the back, Horniblow to kick the goal, and runs in and kicks it. And Horniblow has kicked his fifth of the afternoon and makes it 7 points the difference again. 11-13-79, great response from the Roosters. And that is Lockie Horniblow's fifth of the afternoon. And 10-12-72 St Albans. So 7 points the difference, 27 played in the final term.
Little's had a big impact in this last quarter. He's had his
lead,
especially in and around the ball. His last quarter's been phenomenal.
So time to roll the dice now for St Albans. Geelong West still got 6 inside their forward half of the ground, but David Hanley, I reckon, getting direction to be told to go behind the footy and use his experience trying to bottle things up. It'll again be Kai Warren and Schooler. Schooler winning the tap down. Little's there again. Keck tried the don't argue, but lost the footy at the same time. Schooler held back the handball, went towards the outer wing. Cordello left it behind, falls for Coots. Coots in traffic, handball. Hayden Elliott jammed it on the boot towards forward 50 over the head of Russell. Grigsby's there, just knocks it into the path of Hodgson. In fact, it's Guida outside of the right boot. That was ambitious. High flying ball went to go with the outside of the right boot. The left is only for balance. And it'll be a free kick to the Roosters and Noah Allen, who has been solid this afternoon with the footy in the right back pocket.
So Allen, clearing kick for the Roosters, up the line. He's hugged the boundary, looking for Schooler. Elliott against him, punched away and over the line now. So a little bit of respite for both sides. We'll have the boundary thrown at left half forward for St Albans. 28 played, final term, still 20 or 30 minutes to go, so we're fine. Been long quarters here at West Oval this afternoon.
I'm glad we're not in the middle of winter. It's 5-5.
Yes. We might as well leave the truckie for the next time we come to West. Boundary throw in. Elliott, no, Grigsby got it down. Rode by Carroll for the Roosters. And the handball on the outside. And that's not going anywhere. Finn O'Keefe wrapped up. So another ball up. Still left half forward for St Albans. They need a goal right now. Grigsby gets it down. Russell comes at it. Lost the footy in the tackle. McDonald, did he get one high? Yes, he did, said the umpire. And Brock McDonald has it at 50.
No time to mess around here for Brock McDonald. He's got to have a shot. He's got to score some way, shape or form. Even a behind would be handy. Brock McDonald, man on the mark, stands around 50 from goal. He'll swing out to the right, sends it on its way. Got a good piece of it, but not enough. It'll fly, it'll come off hands, it'll be a rush behind, and the margin is 6. And the draw is in play. 10-13-73 the Super Saints. The Roosters 11-13-79. 29 and a half played on the Barwon Foods time clock this final term. Thanks to Zambrero. Feel good Max.
Lockie Handley, the kicking duties again, plays on from fullback as long as he can towards the broadcast side half-back flank. Big punch away, Coots is over it. Now O'Keefe as well, slung in a tackle. Did he have a lot of time to get rid of it? The umpire said no.
Oh, the St Albans fans are going absolutely ape droppings.
Bench all had their arms up for holding the ball as well.
Ball up. Left half forward for St Albans. Big pack around this ball up. Schooler and Grigsby, who thought it was a boundary throw-in. Grigsby just no idea why he tries to tap it over the boundary line there. Anyway, he got a left fist to it. There's going to be another boundary throw-in this time. Still at left half forward for St Albans. 30 and a half minutes played in the final term. 6 points of difference in favour of the Roosters.
2 goals kicked by West, 4 goals kicked by St Albans. From the boundary throw-in, it's at the front of the pack. Carroll's there. Oh, McDonald got one high. He'll take the free kick just forward of the wing. He needs to get moving, Blake McDonald. Or Brock McDonald, I should say. A high long ball towards Higgins or Elliott. Neither could mark. It's fisted away. A rolling ball. First onto it. Parnell socketed off the ground outside towards defensive 50. They overran a couple of them, though, and opened the door here for Coots. Gave it to Keck. Keck just threw it on the right boot. His kick, though, was mishit, and it's taken at half-back, and they'll run. Tom Hanley kick towards Riley Moore, and he's strong in the hands and takes maybe what is the match-winning mark.
West takes it in front of Sam Cunningham, and he's hurt himself too. They've called time off. Riley Moore is waiting to get up. The trainer comes out. Well played, Riley. He just holds it up at centre wing. Time called back on. He's got Tom Hanley short. Go there. He does. And he takes the mark in front of Cunningham. Still 6 points of difference. 31 and a half played final term here at West Oval. Go long now, says the coach. So Tom Hanley does. Goes inside 50. Horny blow with the sick. Got pushed out. And Cole takes the mark. Inside defensive 50. They have to move it quickly. Not much to kick to. Hayden Elliott's the one he has to go to. He'll go in that direction now. He's got 5 West players against him. He tries to tap it on Schooler's handball. Oh, that wasn't good. Elliott through the middle needs some help. He gets wrapped up on centre wing and we'll have a ball up.
Just got to keep the ball moving, Ro, I reckon.
Got to keep it alive.
Don't take possession if you know you're going to be hammered.
They've got numbers in the middle. They keep going boundary, though, St Albans. They just need to go through the middle.
Grigsby and Schooler. Grigsby the tap down. David Hanley's up around the footy, so is Brock McDonald playing for a free kick but not getting one. And we'll get a ball up. 32 and a quarter played on the Barwon Foods time clock. The Super Saints trail by a kick, looking to beat the Roosters for the first time. I don't think they can win it. Maybe they can draw it. Grigsby up doing the ruck work. Ball at the back of the pack. Chance here. Carroll a fumble. Buffeted off the ball by Jed Warren. It's out of bounds. We had another boundary throw in. Got to go back to round 17, 2009 for the last time the Super Saints saluted over the Giants. That's pre-COVID. The Giants looking to open their account for 2025. It's hurled back into play. Grigsby winning the tap down, hitting it hard. Russell left it behind, socket off the ground by David Hanley inside 50. Howarth overran the footy. Moore picked it up. He's held up, ball up, long way from home. Here are the Super Saints. West 40 out from goal. They lead, and are they going to invoke the spirit of the Rooster on this sunny Saturday now at West Oval?
Ball from the ruck contest, wrapped up again, not going anywhere. David Hanley puts the tackle on, keeping it inside the Roosters forward 50. Bailey Brogdon hands the ball back to the umpire. Grigsby and Schooler. Goes to the back of the pack. Hodgson just wants to get the kick away to the middle of the ground. Goes up. Oh, Warren takes the mark off 2 feet, but then plays on. There was 2 Roosters there, and he stole the ball away. Carroll goes up. Oh, he gets one high. The umpire says play on. Goes to Osborne. Handball back inboard to Grigsby. Drennan comes at him. Ball at the back. Little toe poke might be okay. K-Rock's own. Kelly gets one high, and Max has saved the day for the Roosters and gets the free kick, and Max is going to slow it down and kick for goal from 80.
Have you ever heard a West crowd so loud?
Max plays on inside 50. There's a bunch there. Moore's one of them, falls to the front of the pack. Handball. Oh, collected. And free kick, Bailey Harvey. And he is going to take the free kick for the Roosters. And he is 45 metres out. He's going to take a hell of a kick from there with the breeze going into his face. But he just needs to hold the ball up at 34 and a half minutes. We're nearly into a 5th quarter here.
It's 5 o'clock.
And
It's overtime.
It's been a great contest.
Bailey Harvey. A point will be very handy.
Left point post.
He comes in, left point post says row. He goes to the right point post and kicks it out of bounds on the full. Does he? Or Horny Blow takes the mark. Still inside. We've seen that happen plenty of times today where it's held up in the breeze. Horny Blow plays on and kicks a point. So that'll be okay. 5 goals won for Horny Blow, and they're 7 points up now, the Roosters. 11-14-80. They lead St Albans 10-13-73. Sombrero. K-Rock final quarter scoreboard, 35 minutes played.
Lockie Horny Blow has been elite this afternoon. Long ball straight up the middle, straight on the chest of Ethan Little. 35 minutes played. This is ridiculous. The quarters are not supposed to go this long. We have not had those sort of stoppages. Little's going to concede some ground backwards and go all the way back to Lockie Hanley. And this game, you would suspect now, is in the safekeeping of the men in red and white. He concedes back to Tit at night. They just don't want to turn it over now that they've pushed it all the way back to the top of their defensive missed 50-metre arc. So Little marked it just at the... And there it is. The Roosters, like the Roosters of old, have stood up in a cracking clash on the day they celebrated the 50th anniversary of their Division 1 VFA flag. The men who normally wear charcoal and orange have donned the red and white and done so with pride. And the old-timers upstairs will have big smiles on their face. There'll be a big, big sound coming out of the Roosters' rooms very, very shortly. 11-14-80 Geelong West, 10-13-73 St Albans. A cracker to end round 2 here at West Oval. Fifth quarter now, thanks to Homestyle Aged Care, but in the expert chair for the Sporting Globe, Rowan McSparron, your initial thoughts on a very gutsy win by Geelong West?
Well, we thought they needed to get one early in that last quarter, which they did, and then that arm wrestle for the big part of the middle of that last quarter could have gone either way, and then St Albans kicked 2 really quick ones and looked like they were going to run over the top, but West did enough to hold on, which was really good. You could see at the end of the game there that experienced players holding the ball in, keeping it nice and tight and congested, so great win.
Thank you, Ro. Let's have a look around the grounds. Bell Park 174 have hammered North Shore 15, so that margin 159 points. St Mary's far too good for Newtown and Chilwell 68.
Mark the ball.